Yep. What's going on? Hey, Clever.
Hi, welcome back to Gamescape 3D. Today we're going to do a speed paint of one of our little peasant houses to show how easy these things are to paint. Here's the peasant house I have to paint today. It has been primered black. Okay, so we're all ready to go.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So I got about
It's all
30
good.
minutes into it so far. We got the base, we got the roof, and then we have a few smaller components. I have flatboards here for the loft, and then I got a little itty bitty.
I'm hanging in there, man. Tomorrow's the
And then I have
games are great.
hood for the flue up on the roof.
Games are good.
And this could be resin printed or FDM printed. And then lastly,
hanging in there.
We have a little ragtag door to put on the front with a filament.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
All right.
Yeah, I got to be in there like 5:30 in the morning.
Sometimes these little holes where the filament door, the filament's supposed to run through.
Call this the swan song for the time being. But I'm hoping it's not going to be that long. I'll be unable to do anything. We'll see.
Sometimes with these doors,
thanks, man.
It might just be a little off. You know, you might need to clean it out. If you do, you can use a drill bit. 5/64.
I appreciate it.
Is the size you need to clean out those holes. So if I have a door there, I might just...
What's up, Tim Enoch? Long shot, good to see you. Dragger here, good to see you. Here comes Anna.
So we got those holes cleaned out.
Hey.
Should be plenty of room now for a filament. And we will continue on.
Good to see you.
Same. There we go. Yep.
Just getting
all right. The first thing I'm going to
final
be
stuff
doing
done.
Is applying
of course,
brown
probably something I've always forgot, but
onto the timber frames. And I'm going to use a pretty good sized brush. I don't care about getting brown everywhere for this first part. In fact, it's preferred. So there's my brown again. Kind of on the lighter side of a mid-tone. Now I don't want to use so much brown that I'm filling in the details, of course. And if some of the black primer comes through, that's all the better. You definitely
make sure I got
don't want to
I gotta get Streamlabs up. That's what I haven't done yet.
Time creating an even.
We're just doing Troller Game gift certificates, so I don't have to mail out anything.
From it in the end.
Yeah.
It's kind of just a waste of time. You can go do something else.
Giveaways.
Do make sure you kind of hit the tops and the bottoms of your timbers.
Right. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Don't just paint the face of these things.
No, Troy, thanks, man.
Back later.
Thank you very much.
Sides. This is kind of the last time they should be getting
4+
years.
years.
You absolutely have to come back in to do a little touch up.
Angelo, good to see you.
Okay.
Patrick, good to see you.
See, I'm just kind of going at it.
At least to the weekend. I'll contact you, Mike, because I just don't know, man. I don't. I mean, recovery is all over the place. I just don't know. Yeah, I'll reach out, man. So, there's Josh. What's up, Josh?
And I might glaze over these and let some of those black.
Trying to reach out to the ever mysterious and see what's up.
You know, kind of dry brush it a little bit as opposed to like a straight paint job. And I might do it both ways. Sometimes I might saturate it a little bit, and sometimes I might just kind of hit the tops and move along. Variation is really the key. You want to paint badly differently all over the place, okay? So you want to avoid
They're cool.
The same way.
I bet you I can shock you all in the first 5 minutes.
Pigment in different areas.
What's up, Chuck?
Kind of create a little bit of your shimmer in the end.
I guess I got to shout out both Troll and Hey, Sam. Yep. We're doing Troller Game gift certificates tonight. That way I don't have to mail out anything.
Okay, so no big deal there.
So,
It's about 2 minutes or so, maybe 3. We are done with our first part here. Okay,
oh, dude, I know, man.
We're gonna
Dude,
go over
that's
the
what
whip
happens
now.
when you don't give me enough. Yeah, it's just.
We'll do
Oh, you
the
did
inside.
the Frog God one. That's
I can
cool,
do the
man.
frog
Yeah.
right now too. That's a pretty
Yeah, that's
similar
good.
color.
Cool.
It's not gonna hurt anything.
Yep.
I'm not particularly certain it matters if I do the ground after the walls or before, since I'm going to be, putting dirt down as well.
Courtney, what's going on?
Put down a quick coat of this mustard brown yellow.
I hit a wrong button and it didn't change channels. Woo! That was funny. I was like, boom.
And, again, don't care. Really
BB, that's already happened, man.
Or even being careful.
That's coming, dude. That's already done. No, I got you'll see. I'll shock everyone.
Another thing is when you put that wash in there, that's going to.
I was trying to hit a button to shut out Coco, and I hit the 13th screen or whatever, and it didn't switch. So I was like, hey, Detork. Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I got to get up at 4 a.m. So, but it's like, how much sleep am I gonna get? So. I've updated this. I think I did. Yeah, okay. I know this is a very generic topic tonight because I think we're going to just do a lot of Q&A tonight and let the audience bring up a lot of topics. I think it'll be easier.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So, but prepare to be shocked. But then I have a reason. So, but I guarantee it. Yep. See it all everywhere. That was a fun game yesterday too, and I'll talk about that too. They had no freaking clue. I felt really bad, but I gave a deity assistance on that, and they just
oh wow.
Yeah, they just because I can only pull that once on new players. What I did, so yeah, but it was fun. Hey, Sparky. Yeah. All right. Look at that. We're 5 minutes early. We can come on. Why not? Right? Okay. All right. Good evening. Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So everyone knows the last stream for a bit. I don't know how long that'll be. I'm hoping only a week, but we'll see. So we can talk about that too. But I'll have some guests on. The Ever Mysterious Tim is scheduled, but we'll see. Hey, Blue Joy, I'm mailing out. I'm having my wife mail out your dice tomorrow, so that they'll be out, or at latest Tuesday. Okay, so yeah, you'll definitely get that winning from Saturday. Everything else is gift certificates here, so you're good. You're good. So, all right, you guys ready to be shocked?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I bought something.
You see, you're all falling for the
It's real.
capitalist Bruce. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can't complain about it now.
It is not for me. I got this in the player's handbook. Well, my son at his high school, they have a club, they have a game club, and all they play is 5e. So I got him the books for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And now he knows about it because you've shown it on Twitch.
Well, he's not watching it this very moment. I don't think so. Yeah, but that's what I did because
Hey,
all of
that's
his
awesome.
So, but I may
Mhm.
I may refer to this, and the freaking thing is, you can't even get a PDF of this thing. I'm like, I want to get a PDF of this so I can bring it up and show it, and
No,
I
you
don't.
can't.
Yeah,
You have
it's
to
ridiculous.
DD beyond the subscription. That's the
No,
way.
forget
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so that's what it is. Yeah, so I have that and the player's handbook for him. So, yeah, man, I just it's not. Trust me, it's not for me. So, yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna have a special thorn in our side guest. How's that sound? Um, well, not really, but yeah, I'm gonna bring on someone else too. Yep, there. So I got someone else coming on. So I do have a new piece of DM's Guild, and this one's free. So and let me link this up here. And I think this is really cool. And so probably some of you have seen it, but let me
I'm
get the.
pretty sure I already have it. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably do. You probably do on this one. But this one, so let me bring this up here. I'll paste it into chat so you can see it. All right. But let's we'll go here for the second, and we'll go over it. But I thought it was, Stuart and all those guys are hey Jingo, are really hysterical. What they do. I mean, they're really funny. So whoops, move that up there.
Oh, that
Thank
one
you.
I haven't gotten yet. So
yes. So
yeah.
it's called the hair version.
Yeah.
Because look, you have this is the one cover, right? And then here's the other cover. I love it. So they have the version with and without hair of the cover.
Yeah.
That's so great. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and also this one's free. This is a free download. So I promise you we'll go over this one. Yeah. Hair in a can. I knew there is all right. So name the class that was in my campaign that had the spell hair growth. And it would grow everywhere. Come on, Anna.
No, I'm not sure.
It was my playtest dominatrix.
Oh.
It was one of the great net spell book spells. So, oh, look at that. Gargamon's coming in. Good to see you. Here comes our special guest here. Uh-oh. Yes. We got Josh tonight,
Hey,
everyone.
how you guys
Woo!
Woo!
Yes. So he's
awesome.
We wanted to say farewell, I guess. I'm just kidding.
Farewell?
No. Oh,
I'm kidding. I am fine. So good to see you, Gargamon. Yeah, so yeah, I decided to let him on. Why not? Right? Because Tim's being ever mysterious and not responding to my texts, so he may be busy. He's so yeah, this is cool. It's by Stuart and crew. Let me see who it says it's up. Stuart and Paul again.
Hey, Chuck.
Creighton's in on it. Gary Julian and Sam Weiss is in on it too. So there you go. Anna, you have the heraldry in here.
Okay. Yeah.
It says heraldry Anna Meyer.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yep.
So
they've been asking me, and I said, please just go ahead.
Go ahead and use it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep, it's with my permission. Yep.
Awesome. So we'll go over this in a little bit.
The map.
Yes. And like you said, I'm not even pulling out the map in here. All right, I have that in PDF, right? So there it is. It's in there. I'm not pulling it out for him. So we have that. So hey, Mike, good to see you, man. Your team pulled it out today. I was shocked. Well, then again, it was the Jets. Oh, what do you got there? You got the limited edition.
I have it. I have it, but I haven't downloaded it yet. They gave me the link. I was like,
the link for what?
To this one. So yeah. I got my author's copy or whatever you say when you kind of make a contribution to it. So yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Now, if I just want to look at the map, I'll just bring it up. I mean, we have it from the Mike Schley. There we go. Yeah, so we have
Schley or Schley?
Schley. He prefers
Schley.
Schley.
I think. Yeah, Schley is the
yeah. So look away, Chuck. Yeah, hopefully. I know Chuck was sick the last week, so.
Oh, I thought it was because this was not a map of
What's up, Kafir?
the TLG world.
Oh, what? Of aired?
Aired.
No aired. No
Okay.
aired. But we'll have some good stuff for that eventually too.
Because I mean,
so.
there's a lot of Greyhawk in Aired. So just saying.
There's spots that look just like it.
Well, I mean, like there were spots that originally probably had the name Greyhawk on it.
Well, yeah, I mean, this whole area here looks very similar to part of Aired's map, right? So,
did you take a spell jammer over there?
Right.
That'd make Big Mac happy.
Thanks,
Some
Doc.
other people might get upset.
Let's get a hype going here. So here, if we go into this book, right? By help with great assistance from Troy and crew getting this out last year. There you go. But this is only a small piece, right, of it. But the larger piece, you can see that whole. There's a lot of very similarities. Thanks, Razgal and Moose. Appreciate it. So there you go. Yep. And there's Altamir right there. So yeah, things are going. I mean, yesterday's game. Let's talk about that real quick. So, how many of you watched yesterday's game? I know a lot of people in chat did, because some of them gave me a lot of anti-hero specials, which was great. Like, that was awesome. But I only can throw...
Terrible.
What's that?
That they're giving you, they're cheering you?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So mean.
Why is that mean? It's
because they should be cheering the players.
Well, they did.
I used to give you points too until I started playing, and then all of a sudden,
then you're like, then you realize how deadly.
That was a bad idea.
Then you realize how freaking deadly it is, right? So, yeah. It was. I threw, and I can only do it every so many years. And I did it with a group that had Stella in it a while back. I don't think they appreciated it as much, but I came at them with. And it was a great. Let me bring this up. It was an awesome setup, right? I had. It was called, and I gotta have this added to the map. So it's called. This is Whispers Pass. So it's one of the passes. You know how many passes come out of the Lort Mills down in the county of Ulick? There's like literally hundreds of them, but a lot of them aren't noted. And so the daughter her mother has been acting strange for the last year, and so it was called Trust Your Eyes. So here I messed with them. See, these kumquat trees in front were all cut down. The daughter said she was so upset, but they appeared there, and they were so they were like, why are there trees here? But it turns out it was a mass morph spell. So there's a whole bunch of whites. It was great. I messed with them something fierce, but it turns out that the final opponent was this. You can't go wrong with a Rakshasa, right? You just can't. It was awesome.
This is what you want on your tombstone is a Rakshasa.
I love Rakshasa.
I know.
Yeah. They couldn't.
Did you provide
a way
the
out?
Bolt?
Yeah. So what happened? What happened was the following. I actually changed Pat the Paladin, Stronghold Tim's character.
Okay.
He cast Bless on his weapon. He blessed his axe. So that was, I added the bless spell to his. But the priestess of Saint Benedor, which, by the way, I got a story about that, kind of went and asked to her deity, and the deity said, you have all you need in your power to defeat this, creature. And so she ended up doing the bolts and all, and they used all their hero points on the table to hit it, and I killed it and all. It was, you hated that thing. I know you did. That's the point there, Coco. It was fun though, wasn't
it? I think Coco, when there's anti-hero points, that's because they have so much confidence in you all that they think that you're gonna that they need to undermine your ability. That's it. It's not that they want to see you die at all, but if you do, remember to die gloriously.
Yeah, so Shattered Saint and a couple others, the normal people, Askel and a couple of the normal people, they gave me a bunch of anti-hero points, but it all evened out in the end. And it was fun. It was a fun game. And I just love putting people on the edge. So I had two polymorphed ogre mages as the Rakshasa's captain. They couldn't figure that one out.
How do you spell Rakshasa?
Rakshasa. Rakshasa.
Just looking it up on in 5th edition to see.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as nasty. It's nowhere near as nasty in 5th edition as it is in first. So here's the funny thing: is Coco's character, her fighter mage, Faunlin, it's got saved up her 4th level spell and cast the Acid Bolt spell, which is from the Drow the Underdark book, and that's like a mass area thing, and it's just standing in the middle of it because they're not affected by spells under 8th level of casting in 1st edition, and she's like, "Damn it, I did!" It was so awesome, right? It was fun. I had fun, but they were successful.
It's in 5th edition. They still can't be affected or detected by spells of 6th level or lower, unless it wishes to be.
Okay, all right. Unless it wishes to be, yeah. So in my game, I don't let them buff themselves either. That's one of the things. They can't put like shield or mirror image on themselves because they're immune to the spells. So but it was fun. It was fun. And I did do a get out of jail free. If you all saw, we would have had a death. The priestess of Saint Benedict earlier on, she got cold raid. Well, it was actually in the keep. She got cold raid by one of the ogre mages. It's 8-8. She failed her save and didn't have enough specials. So I said, "You want to give her specials? You can." They gave her almost every special they had. So so she was dead.
It's it's always. I think it's fine to provide some fungibility for the specials like that.
It was fun. So I appreciate everyone who came on. We had we were the top stream of Saturday. We had in the afternoon we had a monster amount of people. Thank you. That was fun. Really, really appreciated it. I'm reminiscing a little bit here because I don't know what my next RPG is. So that was awesome. So yeah.
I couldn't watch. I was at a bar mitzvah party that was held at a gaming store, and they had arranged for this.
You must have been the one arranging that.
Yeah.
Nope. My Uber boss's kid.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Is really so. It was in Evanston, which is where, if you've ever, I think Harold Johnson had a 13th level paladin. Remember, Anna, or 12th level or 13th level? Remember when Bill brought the book, the player's handbook, and then there was a sheet in there. Harold Johnson's 13th level paladin.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the book said, Harold Johnson, Evanston, Illinois. So
that's cool.
That's in Bill Meinhardt's collection. That's why Bill's got that collection with he'll have 12 white boxes. Well, why does he need 12 white boxes? Well, one's like Brian Bloom's. One's whatever. They're not. It's not personal.
Yeah. They're personal stuff. I understand that completely.
I know. But sometimes people, when someone else posts a picture of the collection, they're like, hoarder. It's like, well, he's preserving very. Like I bought I was able to get a white box off him, but it was because it was no one specials, but it was in good condition. So that was
and that's really cool. So
because my everyone's got that. My mom gave all my old stuff away story because who cares? It wasn't.
Hey, thanks, Kai. So thank you all for all the support. So luck, yeah, exactly. And dude, so was it Meinhardt's store?
No. It's go ahead, Anna.
I was going to say in his collection.
No. You said it was at a gaming store? Was it at Meinhardt's store?
No, it was in Evanston.
Oh, okay. Evanston,
which is where Northwestern University is, just south of the naval base there a bit. It was he had hired GMs from the store to come in. There was this one 12-year-old GM that runs a kids game there. It was so cool.
That's awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's called Evanston Games and something Cafe, Games Cafe, Evanston Games Cafe.
Yep. Now we all want to be Jewish because we
there was.
That's a cool thing. That's a cool.
Probably 3/4 of the kids were not.
Say.
Yeah.
No, but it's awesome. It's great. Yep.
13. You have a bar mitzvah party at the gaming store, and even the adults, stuck around then later because they also had a board games library and got to play as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So I didn't post these So the big thing was my son went to his homecoming dance as a freshman there Friday night, and that's why we were out Friday. So there you go. There he is, all dressed up, real nice. Yeah. So his first high school, homecoming. So
oh, nice.
dance, yeah. So that's why we were out. So
did you teach him all his moves? Did he have his members only jacket on?
Look, man, don't ever diss the members only jacket. First off, he had something on it. It was ironic that he didn't even realize I did back in the day. I really shouldn't discuss this on chat, so I probably shouldn't. I probably stopped myself. But his underwear was a certain color, which I always wore out when I was on my game. So yeah, he had. I was
good
like,
to
cool,
know, Jay.
Dude. Yeah. So, but other than that, yeah, he had a
plus 3 to charisma.
Yeah, charisma and comeliness. He said it was the best dance he's ever gone to. I was like, that's what I want to hear. So we went out with friends and had some I had a couple of ciders and some food, good food, Friday night, and so before the game. So Johnny Fever, that's funny there, Michael. Yeah,
Dr. Johnny Fever.
Yeah,
is that who your doctor is for your procedures?
Yeah, no, not to be. I have a Jewish guy doing it, so I'm set there, Josh. Dr. Weprin, nice guy.
Okay.
He makes a lot of Jewish jokes about himself, which is really funny. So
yeah, well,
he's a good guy,
as you do.
I completely trust him. So yeah, and it's a single cut because the robotics using robotics on it. So
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, plus
so is he gonna put some AI in there too? And
I don't know.
Bionic.
I don't know. Yeah, bionic.
I'm trying to work the AI controversy into the discussion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's a lot of stuff.
I've already been in one today, so I can handle it now.
You're warmed up.
Really?
Yep,
you're in an AI discussion because if you saw the crafting show a couple weeks ago, Jeremy from Gamescape was going nuts on it, man. And
we had but it was a benign one, but it was an AI discussion, so I'm warmed up. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. So we'll talk a little bit about highlights here in the Greyhawk section. Starts on 143 a little bit. I haven't even read it. I've seen streams that have read about it, but if there's stuff in it that you like, that you think you're going to keep, I want to hear about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I just want to have a fun discussion tonight about campaigning and things that may change your game. Like for me, I'm not changing anything. If there's something there I like, it's not changing anything. It's going to enhance, right? If I find something I like, a little tidbit here and there, that's what it always does.
Well,
that's change my campaign.
That's one attitude, right?
Yeah.
That's if I find something I like, I'm using it. I mean, it could be from anything, anywhere. It could even be from like World of Warcraft.
Well, you know how much World of Warcraft stuff I have in my game. I have Murlocs and I have shouting.
You're a heretic.
Come on, Murlocs. Hey, guess what tower Gygax is going to be?
It's gonna be Murlocs. I'm not saying Murlocs.
Amphibian stalkers, because that's what they have in here, right? They're in here.
Amphibian stalkers. That's cool.
Yeah, come on, man. Because
that's very creative.
It is.
Who came up with that?
Myself, Troy, and the crew. See, look at all the pictures of them. There's a Beastman too. Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah. So.
Who did the art on that? Is that Smith?
It was a mix, yeah. Artwork. Here, let me bring up here. So you're gonna ask the question. You're gonna ask the question. I got to answer it legitimately.
When you shook the thing in front, it looked like Dan
well,
Smith.
that's like me with it's like me with all the.
Oh, by the way, I picked this up. Chris Arneson.
Really?
Painted this. This is actually paint on top of a Jeff Easley. So Jeff drew this, and then Chris painted it. I have a thing for wolves.
And that's an original. Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Chris's apartment kind of half burned down. So
no Magic the Gathering rough now. But Dan Smith said a Farah, and that's she does all the. I think it's a she does all the color. That's a Troy connection. And Anna, there you go. See, art direction.
Hey, boo boo.
If it's ice cream, I want it. Just kidding.
Yeah, no, it's
We'll be doing that again. It's a tradition now. Wednesday night at Gary Con, right? Between the second and third act of that great Gabbin we have every year.
I take your milkshake ice cream.
I will be buying everyone ice cream like I did. So yeah, just like last 2 years now I've done it. So yeah. So
That's awfully nice of you, Jay.
I know it is. I know it is, but we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a good time.
So
good to
when
see you.
So have you already found anything in the new DMG? What do you want?
I haven't because I haven't read it myself, but I know what all the people have talked about. Brevin, I sent you the I sent you the CNC gift certificate. Just make sure you got it, okay? And Whisper for winning yesterday. I haven't really looked at it that much. I know a lot of it is very general, and it's okay. But I know some of you have found some things in it that you're not a fan of, or you like, or you hate everything. I know, like, why change Scarlet Brotherhood to Scarlet Order? What the hell's the difference? You know what I mean? That's kind of like you're really on a fine line with a PC.
What are you talking
stuff.
about?
What?
Scarlet Order's great rename.
Tim will be on hour 2, and Josh, you're welcome the entire time. So
should I fight with him?
Yeah, of course you can, but I wouldn't because he'll bring out weapons.
I got weapons. I've got weapons he's issued me.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
we can have a tongue tool battle.
So, how many of you play WoW? My favorite anti-group in all of WoW was this damn Scarlet Crusade, and that one's is you have the taint of the Scourge on you. It didn't matter; they just attacked everyone.
You think they took that from Scarlet Brotherhood?
No, because Scarlet Crusade. No. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think someone
was influenced.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. I think they did.
That's good.
Yeah, but see, calling something a crusade is not good either nowadays. So, yeah.
I don't think it's been good for a lot of centuries. So I don't think it's a new thing to say that the crusade David. Is not good.
I don't know, David. If that's the case, then yeah, I mean.
Yeah, because Scarbros always sounded like, it was like Patrick. Some kind of like a discount, I don't know, plastic surgery department, Scarbros.
Yeah, I don't mind Order because Order is in that sense more ominous than or like bigger, more.
It does sound like they're
pompous.
Stealing from like Star.
Yeah, it's
Star
more
Wars now.
pompous. But the only thing I think one of the reasons they called it a Brotherhood rather than an Order because they had a lot of orders already, so they probably would have diversified the naming, and now they kind of went back to calling it an Order again.
You got uncles and whatevers in the in their hierarchy. And cousins and whatnot.
Yeah,
David, I want to share with you something. David Leonard, this is awesome. So I got with if everyone knows.
Exactly, Brevon Darksteel. Yes, that's probably that's the idea.
Yeah, exactly. Probably, probably orders. It's splitting hairs. Yeah, Order's fine.
No, but the Scarlet Brotherhood is meant to be racist assholes. That they were written that way. That was their villainy.
Yeah,
was bad, so to speak. It's,
part of their villainy.
Yeah, also, they're going beyond that. Yes,
and
that's
toppling governments.
Yeah, yeah.
Women,
but it's a central part of.
Women are always a part of it. By the way,
that they are.
Yeah,
they were always. There was always Scarborough agents that were Famale.
You saved me with this. This is about MILF.
Oh, okay.
So I got with Les the other yesterday after the stream, and we went over your 570s about him being in the Vespi. Perfect. This is your story. Perfect. So we may be referencing you for something. He's going to be in Shieldlands to start in this early time between 570 and 576. So just so you're aware. But this was perfect, man. So I really love reading this of all the stuff you did on this. So that was if you want to read it yourself of all the things, there's David's link there. Very cool. Yeah, I was excited to reach back into this. I hadn't for a while. And hey, Skagith, good to see you on too. EGG probably got Brotherhood from the old Phantom radio show. It could be any number of things. A
lot of great writing in there, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of great writing. So that was that excited me that you had, because I was looking for some detailed information because there was like a gap between when he's in Hamlet, which the timelines are all I'm talking about Gourd books with Melf. And
yeah, those timelines are
right, but this worked perfectly, Anna, for what we're doing, because it's like, so we're like bingo. So we're gonna so we may relate. You may get some credit reference on some things. So just putting it out there. And then another great thing was we're gonna see some Gary St. Benedor being used as well. So yeah, awesome stuff. So all right, we got a lot of people on. Why don't we do this? Let's go over the new publication first. Why don't we do that, right?
You kept trying, and I kept derailing you.
No, that's okay. I really was. I was trying to wait. So, yeah, Curtis, please tell me I'm rooting for you. Is your team winning? Please tell me they're not losing that game. So, yeah, they were up or they were down. I don't know. Football still. You know what I did today? I lied on the couch and watched football all day because I just was not in any mood to. Oh my God, they lost! Holy shit! Sorry, dude. I didn't. Sorry, man. Wow. Yeah, they are, David. It's going to be Lions and the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. So we'll see what happens. Yep. So, all right. Hair version, no hair version. Link is in. Free download on DM's Guild. Okay. This is. Like you said, you got Stewart.
Oh, you get to choose the cover you want?
Well, I don't know which. I don't know, but there's a hair and no hair version. I don't know if he has both on there or not, but he gave me the one with both. So yeah,
I got the one without any because they hadn't finished it when they sent my.
Oh,
copy.
really? Okay.
Oh, so it's I only had the content. They hadn't done the covers, so that's cool. Yeah,
I'm kind of on the fence on that one. I don't know. I mean, I like that they dotted in, kind of this Ming the Merciless look later on, but he's got that full head of hair Mordenkainen is iconic, right?
But I like the bald one too. Yeah, especially
Skagith.
Yeah.
But he looks more sinister with the bald.
Yeah,
right?
I guess that's part
dude.
of probably why he did it. He wanted to look more sinister.
Is that like when someone gets like super tatted up, they're trying to like?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm always looking out where there's Skagith. Hey, Skagith, good to see you, man. Good to see you. And Rob, back from Italy. Phantom NJ. So, yeah. All right. So here it says the sun sets over the Celantan as Mordenkainen and the Archmage, and then the alt cover. Mordenkainen had hair until Todd Lockwood decided to make him bald for the cover of TSR Jam 1999. So it's not Eric Mona's fault. So we can't blame Eric Mona there. So, yeah. So with the inclusion of the World of Greyhawk as an example of campaign setting in the 2024, there was much to discuss. So the artwork is stellar, especially for the depiction of Battle of Emerald Meadows and the beautiful maps by Mike Schley and Francesca Barald. Maybe Francesca Barald will come on now, Anna.
You never know. Hopefully, it will be awesome.
Yeah. So, hey, John, why don't we try and reach out to her if you can while I'm out and just see if
we can
do something.
We can see. We can ask her again.
Okay.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday night or or we'll do a Saturday morning like we did with because she's in Italy, like we did with Kuntz multiple times. We can do that or Sunday morning. We'll figure something out. So yeah, I'd love to have her on because Mike, we're gonna have Mike back too. So I have one thing scheduled after tonight, everyone. There is one thing scheduled. We'll go over that at the end. So it's not like it's like doom and gloom here, but I do have a really big event scheduled on coming up. So feel free to incorporate elements from this supplement into your campaign. Very nicely said. And like I said, all the people that participated, Stuart, Paul, I can never say that, Jerzeka, Paul Luby, again, on editing, Creighton, Broadhurst, Gary Holy, Sam Weiss, and Anna with heraldry.
Doing God's work, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul is Arthorn, the cleric, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. So some background here. How many people have read through this? Because I got it today, so I haven't read through it. But looks like it's got a lot of the background that we would expect that came out of the 1983/83 box sets, which is good. So, yep. Thrall's recent disappearances thwarted these plans. Oh no. Greyhawk conflicts.
What? No, let's go back to that.
No, there's no need to. There's no need to. Why were we going back to that? Because this is
Well,
it's pre-Temple of Elemental
actually-
Evil.
because it's a good example of, treating what's published as a buffet, right? Because it's lore and it's canon that Thrommel became a vampire.
No, it's not.
You don't use it. It doesn't matter what you say. It is. You don't use it. It never happened. Leonard, after
Kafka?
Gary left, would say everything that was written after that he doesn't use at all. But
Right.
but you are a better example because you pick and choose what you want after. And why do some people get so upset by some of the new stuff, like the Dragonborn librarian in the city of Greyhawk?
Because it used to be a dark elf librarian in the city of Greyhawk.
So people are changing.
So Joel Sevenane is now a Dragonborn?
Shoot.
Which is okay. I don't care. Like I said, this is what I want to discuss with everyone. It's okay. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt Anna, Josh, anyone, right? It's okay.
Abra Staghast,
Oh, it's just a different name.
crusty and irascible Dragonborn, serves as the head librarian. Abra, an archmage, chaotic good. Blah 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 blah.
So Joel Severane's not even mentioned.
I don't see Joel mentioned.
Well, okay.
Maybe
He's a
Joel
warlock now too. Sam says
Did I
he's a
say-
warlock. How? See that drives me
No,
crazy.
archmage.
Joel Severnane is
Oh.
now a warlock, different NPC.
I don't
Okay.
even. Where?
Yeah. I love, dark. I loved it being a dark elf back in the day because that was the era of, if you go and you come here. Whoops, wrong one. Free Greyhawk box set. And I have it that anyone that is an Autoluke Greyhawk mage, like Egg's character Ravalantar, he gets training from Joel Severnane, who was friends with Autoluke. One of the few friends. Autoluke didn't have a lot of friends, by the way. Autoluke was kind of a miserable SOB, right, Anna? He was kind of not. He was
Named
probably
after Luke when Luke was having a temper tantrum.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
He was probably the most disliked of all the Circle of Eight back in the early days. So yeah, there's Luke himself, but Joel as the head librarian, it says it right in there. He hasn't left in like 100 years, but that's okay.
Yeah, I didn't think that Joel was mentioned. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to cite.
You just made
called
that
it
up.
out as a warlock.
Yeah, Jalarzi's a warlock. Yeah. So whatever. Do you honestly think I'm making Big B a gnome, Otto a dwarf, and
do whatever you want?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Exactly right. Do whatever you want is the point we're trying to make here this tonight. Is that it's not hurting us. Like because I have the Dungeon Meister picks, right? Jalarzi and Otto are in this picture. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go to Dungeon Meister. Hey, can you make this dude a dwarf now?
It almost looks like a dwarf.
That's probably why, Anna. They probably decided.
Yeah, someone looked at him and said, "Oh, that must look like it looks like a dwarf." So that's
they're trying. They're trying.
Yeah.
They're doing their best.
That want to be representative. Dwarfs didn't get enough representation, so they need another dwarf. So
isn't it like is Cole Darg a dwarf? No,
Cole Darb. No, he's a human.
No,
you mean in Ironcate?
Yeah.
No, he's human.
Who's
Cobb Dark?
Cobb Dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rob, I agree. I don't get it why you take a warlock because it's okay though. You just don't use it. Seriously. And I'll say this 100 times. I'll probably say it 3 times during this stream. Every person I bring in who hasn't played Greyhawk, who hasn't played old school and plays in my game, they don't care the details that I place or the details that they go with. Right?
I thought you were going to say that they have to sign a
no.
saying that. No, just kidding.
It's like the group yesterday. Yeah. I mean, the story I told was in the County of Ulick. I created the town.
Yeah.
I created the characters. There was.
But that's my experience too. That if you just run a campaign that is cohesive enough and immersing enough, players will buy it, even if it meaning a lot of my games, they don't follow the published lore. I build on it, and I haven't had a lot of complaints.
One of the worst and earliest games I ever ran when I started GMing for the kids and at cons, because I always was a player and then a great consumer of lore, was I did like a 15-minute lore dump at the beginning of the adventure. Now, I know a lot of people are probably cringing because they know how stupid that was, but I did not at the time. I know now. I knew probably 5 minutes in, but I couldn't stop myself because I was so invested in this lore
And
of
that's a good
Greyhawk.
point. That's a good point, man.
Yeah. But I was going to say that a lot of my players have criticized me for a lot of things, but they haven't criticized me for my lore stuff in here. But I also try not to do lore dumps. I'd really try to avoid them. In the beginning, I was like, that was a requirement, 2 hours of lore before we got to the first fight, so to speak. I've improved over the years, so to speak. So,
well, the lore gets written as you go, right? So Jay's got these you know, these headhunt, like the you know, these different campaigning groups that go around changing the world of Greyhawk at his
one
table.
little area at a time.
Yeah.
We've talked about the macro and the micro. Yeah.
And the best. Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was going to say, but the counterpoint to that is whatever is being published now is canon, and that's what, you know. I went in and there was, like I said, at the game store, a 12-year-old with the, you know, player's handbook and the DMG open, the new ones, and they were running a kids game for a bunch of kids, and they were running it straight out of the book. That's what new people are going to believe is Greyhawk is what's in here. Because we're not at every table.
It's perfectly fine for that.
But if we're talking a common language.
We are roughly. It's close enough. That's the way I got to look at it, man, because I can't cry about this because they did what they did. Great. Hey, I would rather have this in here than frickin', I'm sorry, what's the one with all the knights in it? The one that's like Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay.
Monty Python?
No, the D&D one that came out in the second edition. My brain just shut completely off.
All the knights?
Yeah. The estates and all. It was
Birthright?
Like, yeah, it was. I'd rather put Greyhawk in there than Birthright.
Birthright was a damn cool campaign.
Right, but I'd rather have them put Greyhawk in there and get people interested in Greyhawk than them come here.
True. Yeah.
Right. Yes. You know. So, but they already did re-release of Dragonlance BB. They already did that. You know, they had a full Dragonlance book out. Yeah. So I'm glad they did. But like it's a quick example for the adventure I did yesterday. I had that the Meadows, you know, Justine Meadows was the lady, the lordess, and she was the one, the mother, and I had them as cousins of the Harns. The Harns are the guys, the champion of the county. If you look, that's all in my campaign, but everyone knows who Lord Harn is. He's got the heraldry, so like, you know, they're kind of made up. So it's like I'm taking it from my own canon and my own published source, and I'm editing it onto this, but I didn't use a single thing except it's in the county of Ulick. I guess there you go. Right?
I think was even a Monty Python role-playing game that went on Kickstarted last couple of years ago.
No, he was saying like the knighthood with the thing with the knights, and all I could think of was the knights who say knee, and then the 1 3-headed knight guy who wanted shrubberies.
Yeah.
Oh wait, was that the same one? No, that was different.
Another shrubbery. Yeah.
Those are different guys.
Yeah.
Well, we have 6 armed ones in Greyhawk, so we're good. Yeah.
We have 6 armed knights.
Yeah, Hextorians with that special Hextorian spell.
Battle arms.
Yeah.
Which I think that disappears though after second edition.
I think it disappears later on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe now it's back.
Dice catapult. Wow, that's cool. You take some eyes out with that Blue Joy though. Trust me, whenever Tom brings out his dice castle or whatever, and he uses it, he fumbles every time anyway. So he's like, I'm putting this away. Shrubbery and Knights and say knee were the same. That's what I thought. So, what other things in the just bring something up that you saw in Greyhawk in the Dungeon Master's Guide? You're like, wow, I know. They made Katarina. Is Katarina the who's the Dragonborn leader in the Shieldlands?
No, it's not Katarina. It's
which I was shocked by that.
Yeah, it's Alish Karth, a Dragonborn.
Head of the Knight of Holy Shielding?
Mm-hmm. Knight Commander Alish Karth.
Wow. Okay.
But they needed a dragonborn somewhere. So,
That's it. Yeah.
And so someone probably read their shield and lore and realized that's where we can put it. Yeah.
Speaking of, there's Rachel. So
where's the shield lands located?
Rachel will back me up.
Yeah, where's that located?
Rachel will back me up that I did a get out jail free with her, and she used everyone's hero points, or she was dead because she failed her save.
North of Nirdu.
I know where this.
Yeah, come on, but yeah.
I meant, and in the book, what page says that index
it's page.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm reading it on
D&D
Beyond. I have I have a share on D&D Beyond, so I'm in someone's campaign, so I have all the rule books in D&D Beyond.
Excellent.
Yep.
I was trying to,
I can't see the page number from the book.
Sorry to Curtis about the loss there. Yeah. There's still goodening Igwolf and making her Tasha, who had that went off the deep end though, like 15 years ago. Someone thought it would be cool. I don't get that at all. It's like taking
what
Igwolf. All right, so Igwolf is basically this world's Witch King of Angmar, right?
Kind of, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So. And turning that person into someone who's got like shades of gray, that doesn't make sense. Igwolf, yeah.
Wait, it doesn't make sense?
Making her like good, making her like have a neutral alignment.
Hang on a second. Have they changed that here? I haven't read that.
So, yes, but making that fixed lore now. So,
that's interesting. Where is that?
Yeah.
Part?
God, Brevin, you elaborate a little bit in chat there, Brevin. Are they keeping Vecna part of Tovak, Baru, and a lesser deity? I don't know. Vecna's not part of Tovak, Baru. He's still full power. Yes.
Yeah. Parentland is run by Vorsitter Jurenda Svartsen.
That's
a
name and a half.
Yeah.
So human.
Yeah, human. Yeah.
But like for me, I remember the first time I got a hold of Lost Caverns of Shokanth, and I was like, man, this is such a cool adventure. Just the whole thing. There's a setting outside. There's all these new monsters that are going to appear in the Monster Manual 2 book, right? Because it came out right before.
Who wrote that one?
I think it's Gary Gygax, right? Here, let me bring it up. I'm almost positive Gary Gygax wrote that because it was old. Here, I'll bring it up.
Gary Gygax.
Yeah. And I know people go, it's a jumbled mess, and it does. Why are there certain monsters in here? It's a guard. They're guards. They're almost in static. They're guarding the whole, and they're guarding the place that Drelsna's taken. Yeah. So what is Ayu's now? Still Cambion or something else? Yeah, major Cambion, Brevin. I mean, that's probably where we're going to be on it. Yeah, Tasha's Cauldron and other books that came from it have the Tasha figure as a real one. Yeah, I know, and it's just, yeah. That other than modules calendar years are about, yeah. So, but yeah, so and once again, Rob, the great thing about this community is we all know what is after this 576. I think that's good because if you're a purist for Return of the Eight and the Ashes Wars, and if you played in Living Greyhawk and you were in Living Greyhawk Vervobank and you have the elevator up in the sky that can take you anywhere, well, you're going to use that. Now, I'm not going to use that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying is that from that 576 point, if you restart, you're going to use your stuff that you know, right? Or if you're in Living Greyhawk and you killed every single major, I'm busting your all stones.
Unless you want to try something new, right? I mean, Leonard would write. We've got adventures from him that are in. What's so the Ravages is in Radek. Troy did, I think, like 4 other adventures now.
Well, so is Cavick's Cove, right? Cavick's Cove by Carlos is in Radek too.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
but I'm saying that Leonard knew, Lendor, but he would write adventures into other areas because
he never moved forward time past 578. So what he did was he did his 3 times in Lendor, L1, L2, and L3. And each one of them was a year in the future. And then, so that Radic one is in the 570s as well. It's not in 3rd edition era. It's old school. The one thing about this entire adventure, I wish, which may have solved this, and probably wouldn't have, because we know what they've done with Zugtmoy and changes. She's gotten hotter and hotter every time they've done a picture of her. I wish there was a picture of Igwolf in this book, and there's not. There's a picture of Grassets in here, but there's no picture of Igwolf at all. I wish there was. That would have been cool. But this is
Drelsna a samurai in that book?
No, Drelsna? No, she what in this?
Yeah,
fighter or vampire.
Why do I think she's a samurai?
Here you go. Bet one of the best art pieces of all time. One of the best art pieces of all time in any publication. By far.
Did the reload maybe when they have that in wasn't Lost Caverns in like the Portal one, Tales from the Yawning Portal or something like that? One of the new
See,
books?
It's very possible. So if you don't know the background on this character, Rachel and everyone else, this is Drelsna, and she's at the center of the very end of this adventure. And there's like, you gotta like open every door and all, and that's Daeud's Wondrous Lanthorn above her. She is in stasis. She is a vampire, fighter / vampire. She's Ayuz's either full or half sister. It's never said, but she is Ayuz's sister. And I wish I hadn't killed her off early on, like her and Lareth the Beautiful too. I wish I could have done a getaway for her. But yeah, it's such awesome artwork. This is Jeff Easley, by the way. Yeah, wonderful artwork. Did Len approve of L3? No, and Len.
I mean,
he hated the way they edited it, and he lived with it.
Yeah, because I mean, Leonard often never looked back. He wrote it and was done. Like he didn't even know that Ouija was spelled differently, or Ouija was spelled differently.
Right.
Because he wrote it, and he's got his copy. What does he need to look at what Dragon Magazine actually published for the deity?
Yeah, let me see. We're going all over the place tonight, and that's okay. All right, so this is the end of this. Is what we're talking about here, but this is Deep Dwarven Delve, which only appears in the 25th anniversary edition. Now you can get it on drive-through now. But like, and that thing, if you have one of them in sealed 25th, you're looking at what, $500? Aquaman. Yeah. Hey, Alex.
Aquaman.
Yeah. Deep Dwarven Delve. This is a great adventure. It's weird at the end though. And that's it came in that. Mine's downstairs. That's a collector's edition. But what a great, was fantastic. All the Return to Keeping the Borderlands is there. I love Return to White Plume Mountain in there. I think it's great. Good to see you, Rachel. Thanks for hopping on. I'm glad you have. Oh, you're 7th level. You made 7th. So yep. Yvette is 7th level.
But you rolled a 1 on your hit points.
No, I think she got rolled a 7 and then 1 for a con, so she got 8 hit points. Oh yeah. You're only off 1,500 XP, so yeah, you're 7th level. She get 4th level spells now. Yes. Yeah, I never played it, Brevin, but I heard that Illicity did a really good job with it. So yeah. But once again,
so Lost Caverns was re-released. Larry Schick put it all together. Something a Dread? All 4 modules of the S series were collected and published as part of the Dungeons of Dread hardcover. So that maybe that got changed.
That was not that long. That was a while ago, a while back. The Dungeons of Dread.
That was 2013.
Oh, okay. I did not know that they did that. So that's 4th edition.
I don't.
Yeah, it might be.
I got it here somewhere, but I'm not going to find it fast. I probably.
Yeah, I'll lurk back on yours as well, there, Rachel. Thank you.
Oh, I found it.
Really appreciate it. Yeah, tell me what edition that is. I think it's 4th. Everyone, we see Josh's pajamas.
Yeah, well, at least I'm wearing pants of some kind. Be grateful.
There's a really good picture of her looking nasty there, Brevin. I'll share it with you. I know exactly where it is.
By Gary Gygax and Lawrence Schick. Man, this is in good condition.
What's that?
This. It still looks AD&D.
I think those were
I gotta
published
find
in their old version, so they're not written for.
So, what's the third party on that? Who did it?
No, those were Wizards.
Wizards. There's the
Yeah.
Wizards logo at the
All
bottom.
right, but it was done in first edition. Oh, is that when they? Oh, is that when
yeah.
Is that when they put out all the gold banded ones?
Yeah.
That's a 2E reprint. That's a 2E reprint combo. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Alex. You're right. You are absolutely right. Thank you very much.
Welcome. This is forward by Lawrence Schick. Welcome to Dungeons of Dread, the archival collection of adventure modules S1 to S4.
Here we go. This is so. If you want to look at a picture of Igwolf, this is Return of the Eight. There's the male version of Jalarzi slapping the tensor so tensor as a dretch. But I think it's at the very end. There you go. That's her behind Ayu's. There, that's a picture.
There's the picture that you liked.
Yeah, love it. So there's one with her standing up that was a redo by someone. I know I have it on one of my.
Oh yeah,
I find it. Yeah, but that's the Igwolf picture that I see her. You know, as a little maniacal looking at that point. Yep. So, yeah, that's from Roger Moore's Return of the Eight. By the way, Roger will be with us at GaryCon on our Greyhawk annual What's New in Greyhawk with Mike, Anna, and myself. So
that should be great.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So, yeah, the witch mask. So, I'm assuming that us old schoolers, or us, a lot of us are, I could do really without this, like the central, it's a lot of synopses, so they do say Ayus can be in demigod in this central Flanish location section here on page 163. Queen Yola and Elf, there are no half elves anymore or half orcs, which I find that kind of a little weird. So
I don't want to get on that one, because that's like are they, I don't know, it feels like some of the people that want to cause a controversy have been talking that up, and I'm not yet sure what's going on there.
So yeah,
have they just not gotten to it? Like, oh, we're waiting to make some.
No, I saw a post. I saw a post from Chris Lindsay, I think, or one of them, whoever, and they said, well, if it's not in the book and it's in 2014, then it defaults as it's still in the game. So there you
it's
go.
Just, but like, just take the archetype that you like the most and run with that, and say that's their major parentage, like in Gord the Rogue novels, where what's her doodle, the was it Neural? What's the county of Neural or something, and she marries
the county,
but she had slightly purple eyes.
Yeah,
and then moved over to Radek. What was her name?
I don't remember.
But she was like 1/8. She had a hint of elven in
right, because of the eye color. I don't remember who was his wife. Gord's wife. It was kind of annoying.
No. Oh, they weren't married, were they?
They weren't married. They you mean Evely?
Is that it? No.
No, they weren't married. They were. That was. Evely.
Evely, yeah.
Evely. They were. Gord was. They were lovers, and Gord was hopelessly in love with her, and she was bound up, and
her dad gave the big old.
Yeah, exactly. Dad turned him
with
down.
My daughter.
And then Geller came and explained it all to Gord, and eventually he got over it. So yeah.
Yeah, you're not good enough for it, kid.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, so
someone's got to go run Radek.
Well, do they? Do they need to? So
run Radek?
Yeah,
I think someone needs to run Radek. Yeah.
So, well, wasn't Dad the previous Archbaron totally wrecked by the loss of his son,
It
who
was
may
the
or may
Count.
not.
She was the daughter of Count Blimu.
Yeah, of Neural, right?
Of Count Blimu. I don't think Neural is mentioned specifically. I think Gary was a bit vague on the point in the books. So yeah.
Did Gary write that?
Yeah.
Wait, which Gary? Julian or Gygax?
Gygax.
Gygax. Yeah. Hey, Mythical.
So that's in the Gord books. Yeah.
What was I saying? I forget what I was saying. It's no big deal. Rachel, you still on? Pip, let me know. I think you're lurking. But if not, I get
Right.
good,
What Sam is saying is that after the wedding, the Archbaron kind of loses his marbles after his son is killed on a raid that should have gone well on Spine Castle by the abundance of gnolls there, right? Is that how that went down?
Yeah, running the Archbarony and wants to reunite with Neural somehow. That's weird. But yeah, it's all right.
Not everything makes sense. A whole lot of bone march to get there.
Yeah, not everything makes sense. So, and look, I did the dive. I did this dive into, and I probably shouldn't have, for doing research for our Luke publication on when all the freaking things happen in the Gore books and when they happen in the timeline. And it's like, I should have just left well enough alone. That hurt my head. So, yeah.
Well, there's a lot of lore,
but it's all speculative,
and sometimes it's a hot mess.
Yeah,
you know, like this actually doesn't. This says something totally different. And now we've got more of that.
Yeah,
that's what I always loved about Greyhawk, was that its lore was a hot mess, and now there's more.
Yeah,
it's gonna get hotter and messier. Yeah, and yeah, those publications that have been coming out from the fan community groups. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's all good. But Lita was the name she took. Yeah. So well, remember Gary hated he lost TSR, so he ended the books by having the. Yeah, I know, and the group went to another. It's just.
So did what's his doodle, the artist that did the Black Moon Chronicles, Francois.
I can't
Marcella Freudeval.
Yeah. Can't even say her name.
Because he was supposedly in Northwest Oerk, right? And you know, his stuff is in canon, like the the Mirror Master. Is it Castle Greyhawk that mentions the Mirror Masters of Lynn, and then the Dragon Riders of Lynn, or the Mirror Masters of
something? That might be. That's more than I remember at the top of my head. Yep.
There's some references in there to Freudeval's stuff by name. But Freudeval in his comic, if you read it to like more modern times, that eventually at a point they like get off the planet. He like teleports the whole city that his main character is kind of in charge of, and the planet is destroyed. I think they're so Gary destroys it in the Gord books. Freudeval destroys it.
I never read that part of it because I was like, I don't want to read this. It's gonna just make me depressed.
It just
because that's his sour apples.
I again pick and choose what to include in my Greyhawk.
Absolutely.
I'm a big boy. I can just. Yeah. But I get it too. There's a certain nostalgia. Greyhawk can be, in a way, for me, a certain nostalgia. And when I play with you, Jay, I feel that, right? All my like nostalgia, serotonins, and neurochemicals.
Well, that is a nice thing to say. Thank you. Are you okay?
I feel bad now that I said something nice.
What? Well,
I'm going to have to lay up on you for the next 5 minutes.
It's good to hear, man. Just I figured out a way to exist in a future Greyhawk setting and have a nostalgic feel to it. So there you go. So.
And you should try them out, but you have a lot in common with those Order of the Owl folks at GaryCon and at other conventions. They run Mark Juranic is their lead GM, but they run a very traditional. Mark played with Gary. They run a very traditional Greyhawk, and it's so good. One of our volunteers was walking by on Sunday night and I'd never heard of them before. And I hear them say, blah, 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 nose neurons, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, are you guys playing in Greyhawk?
So
And
here's my offer. Okay, because I've done this before. You reach out to him, and we'll have him on Gabbin one night. I think that's better. Gabbin's better than Legends of Lore for him. All right.
Yeah, because he kind of does like what Leonard does and what you do, which is like, pick and choose, and like, so he's using stuff from Dragon Magazine.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. You got to use stuff from Dragon Magazine. Yeah, I agree 100%. So, yeah, we have him.
Some people.
Yeah, we'll have him on. We'll have him on. And then we'll go from there. So it's all good. He played with Gary. That's impressive. Yeah,
he's fun.
Yeah, I'd love to have him. Cool, Alex. Yeah. So Mark Generate, I love your second play. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was there the entire week, man. I was there that entire week, but I was playing with my good friend Todd Stashwick instead. Just kidding. There, I had to say that. So we were sitting down. I forget where we were. I had friends over. Maybe it was on stream. I don't know. I think it was. We were prepping, and I got a real nice text from Todd. Take care of yourself, because he knows it was coming. Take good care of yourself, my friend. I was like, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, that's not nice, Patrick. Whying me for that, man. That's wrong, dude. 16 hours straight. Oh my God, dude. That's nuts. That's nuts. Okay. You ready for this? We're on round table. What's up?
Put a pin in that. Todd's got that Kickstarter with Beetle and Grimm right now.
Yeah, I know. Star Trek.
Yeah, go support it. He's one of our people, right?
Yeah. We supported the hell out of Progcore, right, Anna, too. And they just made it in at the end. Anna goes, they have some special benefactors.
I'm sure they got someone to pitch in a few thousand at the end there to make them cross the finish line. But they made it. That's all that counts.
I'm pretty sure Vince and Joe Manganiello, Vince Vaughn, all of them are coming again. I'm almost positive. What's that look? No?
I don't know. I'm just like,
well, you look at who's got tickets and who's VIPs. Is Vince and Todd and Joe coming?
They all have badges.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, absolutely.
They wanted to bring more friends.
They can. It's cool.
They might.
So.
It's just, we hate it when it starts becoming last minute, right? Because it's like you already kind of know.
Yep.
And then 2 weeks before the convention, you want to add. And I get it, because
it's all last second stuff.
Oh, we're going. It's like, crap, I should have, can you, and, we're happy to oblige. But, if you're going to come, come, because, again, we're going to sell out. I think we're at that, we're like right poised at the first sellout and then closing events in 1 month. So in 4 weeks. So get your events in now. Yeah.
And come die.
Anna.
Yeah, I know.
Unlike Anna's,
it's my fault now. Yeah.
Unlike Anna's DMing where I survived last year, and I'm going to never.
That was Tower of Gygax.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
That's not going to happen again. Anna's ready for you.
I had one hand tied behind my back because I didn't have my own. It wasn't not my own rules or any of that.
Well,
whatever, Anna. No,
I'm playing my own rules style, and I'm bringing up my own miniatures and my own terrain for it.
Oh,
I've already got that set, and Josh already guessed a lot of it. So yes, and it's going to be carnage, and we'll see who survives. So there's Jeremy. Speaking of that, so who am I bringing? Well, kind of Jeremy from Gamescape 3D is coming as a sponsor this year, along with Bill and Master Crafter coming. So yeah, so we got them coming to GaryCon, and yeah, it's good to see you, Jeremy. Appreciate everything you do for us. He doesn't even know this yet. I didn't even officially tell him. So here,
Rob, who are your GMs for that? Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
I managed to survive both Tower Gygax sessions. Being a cleric helped. Wow. Yeah, that's a good question. Who was your GM?
What Cuddle Bears were your GMs?
So let's go here. Let me see the pictures. All right. So this. we're going to go to we're going to go. Where's your map? Here it is. All right. So Jeremy, here's the news. Gamescape. This setup for you. This is the Knight's Estate, right? Is there'll be in the new book, the new lookbook, there'll be an encounter here with your estate. So there you go. So we'll have the STL. We'll be able to provide STL somewhere or whatever, and yeah, it'll be dead on. Stephen and I worked out. Stephen Rodney McFarland and I. Yes. So this is the one we're going to use. All the way down to he wanted to know how many rooms. And I said, well, it's 3 main rooms in the night area. So he was really happy about the back building and all. So yep, he's working it. So yep, just want to tell you that happened. I've been. Normally I do my follow-ups. I just haven't been bad at it lately. You guys understand I got stuff on my mind here. It's plus not bitching, but I can't take blood thinner medication like anti-inflammatories for the last week, and it's killing me. So yeah. Someone Ghost Towers are nice buildings. Yeah, aren't they? They're really cool, and that's all Gamescape. And you saw the tower, everything on the table, except for some of the custom build crafts, was all Gamescape on Saturday. The roads, the one large building on the front, the tower, that's all Jeremy Gamescape. And we use a lot of stuff for our other one, the printing goes ever on. All right, so here's the question. It's fun. Don't go to Kensington. Ever.
Kentucky or Kensington and London?
Philly. Kensington section of Philly. That's where all the zombies were walking around. So, all right. Pick something that happens in addition. Anna, Josh, I already have mine. Pick something that happens in an addition, whether it's at From the Ashes level, it's at this new DM's guide, it's at Living Greyhawk, or it's whenever that you like. I didn't use. I hate it. I didn't use it. I'll give you mine. Mine's very specific. Talk campaigning here.
Something we didn't use.
Something out of that an update. It could have been something that Rob Kuntz did you don't like, or something in the Greyhawk you're like, I don't like this at all. And you didn't use it.
That's easy. Lendor never got.
Oh, I agree on that. Lendor never became the Isle World the elves go to. Right? The moon bow. Yeah, we were talking about that like last week too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, wait, you're just gonna torpedo this entire well-developed island?
It's the ever mysterious. Yeah, no, so there, you didn't use the moon bow. Okay.
Nope.
All right.
I proposed the solution to it, an adventure, whereby it's found out that it's actually a who's the chaos god that destroys everything in the Final Gord Road book and has a
the Gord books.
Therisden, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm like, it's a Therisden plot. The whole thing. It's all fake. Fake news. And they're actually in a delusion. They don't actually go off to, Sahi Moonbow or anything like that.
So you're saying it's like a Dallas TV episode?
Yeah, or it's happening, and here's how you defeat the Therisdunian plot. Because again, in my world, it's just not there.
Got it.
No thanks.
Hi, Tim.
Hello.
The ever mysterious, everyone.
Yeah, Brevin got it.
So, what's up with you, man?
I was just celebrating my folks' birthday today.
Oh, are they at your house?
Nope. So I had to drive back.
Oh, wow. What's that, an hour and a half drive?
Nah, 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. Very cool, man.
Up to an hour and 10, depending on traffic.
So we're talking campaigning in Greyhawk. I got this because, my son's playing. His game group's all 5e, so I got him this for Christmas. This and the player's handbook.
Wow, look at Tim's beard and everything. Yeah. He looks very, Mordenkainen with hair.
Actually, you look like your dad a little bit with that. It's the exact same type of beard he had. The man.
Mine's better.
Yeah. There he is. Hey, Kafir. Good to see you.
Who wore it better?
So, We're just talking about like stuff you've implemented and not, and like you go off. You don't even really care. You just like you do your rover stuff and your reverse dungeon and all. Is there something in Greyhawk that drives you crazy? You're like, I'm not doing that. I know that may be tough for you to answer.
That I'm not going to do.
Yeah, like an implementation. Like so, I'll give you mine.
Yeah,
I'll give you mine.
return to the temple.
Well, yeah, you don't like Return to Temple of Elemental Evil either. Yeah, see?
Barrier Peaks.
I love
the
Return to the
spaceship.
Temple of Elemental Evil.
The
I
spaceship.
like the barrier peaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a spaceship there. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
He does. He likes that. Absolutely.
It's a good way to really hurt people.
Vegapygmies and brown mold. Russet mold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot which.
That's where one of the most iconic Froggy comes out of that.
Yes, and the Orumvirax.
Orumvirax comes out of that. There's a lot.
Actually, it's
Wolf
the
and
first.
Sheep's Coaling.
It's the first.
You go ahead, Tim.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's the first published adventure I think you run into a intellect devourer.
It's a lot of stuff in it, man. Along with a gymnast cyborg thing that
the android lift this.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff.
Well, even worse is like a Dead Ringer's doctor. Do you remember that movie?
No.
There's a doctor robot that basically does what what the Jeremy Irons did in Dead Ringers.
That's funny.
Oh, you come in and it starts just hacking you up.
Yeah, just like you need surgery.
Well, did you see? I mean, it's kind of like that in one scene in what do you call it? Just was on. Oh my God. Fallout.
Yes, in the show.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a great show.
I thought I was going to be a sex slave. Oh, that's disgusting. I'm just going to harvest your organs.
Yeah. Right, exactly. The robot. They had three big eyeballs, right?
Yeah. I think the
voice is the guy who was in.
I love Logan's Run.
That IT crowd, and also What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guy who does the voice for the yeah.
What We Do in the Shadows is funny.
Well, I think the Barrier Peak Adventure. I think the Barrier Peak Adventure is shows its age, didn't age greatly with the sci-fi aspect. I think you could get a facelift and be a little bit more, match more of today's,
Well, they did that. They did like 2 adventures afterwards, right? There was and they were both for like Second Life, and then they were 5th edition. One was The Lost Lab of Qualish. I think that was the last one.
Right.
But then there was something in between there, right?
Yeah.
That's another one I won't run.
Yeah. But if you really want to go traditional old school in that style, you do Starship Warden.
Yeah.
That thing's huge.
Yeah, it is. I have it in PDF.
Yeah, and according to Andrew Scott Perry, right? I said it right? Always right. He says that Gary had told him that that Starship Warden,
it was a part of it. Yeah,
it was a part of it. It was a pod off of it. Yeah. So.
Well, he was just trying to get James to play. Like, no, play some more D&D. I want to do sci-fi. No, come here, check this. I got sci-fi for you right here. Yeah. Got to use a sword though to kill these guys.
Logan's. Oh, thanks, John. Thank you very much. Logan's Run is another movie that was great, and Jenny Agute was awesome.
Agooter.
Yeah, same. Agute. I think I've seen it pronounced Agute.
I've heard it both ways.
She was great in it, and then when they did the TV show with Gonzo from Trapper John, what's his name? He was the main character in the TV show, and they made her look like Farrah Fawcett, the companion. I'm like, Farrah Fawcett was I was like, what are you doing? You guys remember that? Yeah. And it lasts like 8-10 episodes. Same thing happened with Planet of the Apes. It was, you can't turn certain things into TV shows. All right, so for me, it's
really. I mean, they've always said they could never make the Dune movie, and yet they've made it many times now.
Yeah, and the Dune movies are pretty. Even the old one was impressive, but this one's impressive. Yeah. I know. It was a Farrah Fawcett lookalike though. Gregory Harrison was the main character in the TV show, or Michael York was in the movie.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. I remembered it now. So,
Barum Everman? What are they talking about? Glowing palm crystals? Oh, Logan's Run.
Yep. So mine is, let's go kill everyone off. Whether it's Greyhawk Wars, whether it's I know Karstein like dies multiple times. Dale goes, "Oh yeah, she died in a big fight," and then and that's Karstein, the paladin out in the Aberals, right? She got killed in a big fight. I think it was with Rary, and then they brought her back, but she got killed again. I'm like, oh my god, guys! I was like, so all
Bring her
those
back again.
yeah, all those
Work.
all those kill offs. I was like, I picked and choose which ones my kill offs were, and I like. Grimly Fisher, I can't. I'm like, I'm not having the rubber chicken gnome getting removed in my game. It's just too funny, So, yep. And then the clones keep returning. Yeah, that's a bad thing about early edition with Wizards. It's like they got all these clones and stasis everywhere. I think that the.
What do you mean bad things, Jay?
Well, I turned it into a good thing in the one adventure in Rogera Blood Moon. At the end, all the clones were on the bad guy's side, right?
What's good for what's good for the good guys is good for the bad guys.
Exactly, but just too many clones. Too many clones. Like, how many clones do you have?
It's very difficult. It's not easy to make one.
Yeah, it's not, and like it's like Luke supposedly had clones and they killed them. I'm like, oh god. I guess when you're that old and paranoid, you start making clones everywhere. But they don't even talk about that in future editions. They just.
I run a game where the characters kind of start in and they have a memory lapse problem. They're all like trying to fight for survival, and that they're the clones.
Oh, the characters.
Oh, like the island.
And then they're like,
the island, yeah.
And then they have to,
But are they all identical to each other?
No.
Oh, they're clones of other people.
They're clones of other people, and then they.
Are their originals still alive?
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
What'd you do at college?
It wasn't in a D&D game, but you could do it. You could do it at a D&D game.
Wow.
It was a Shadowrun game where they basically were dumped because somebody was rescuing them from a lab.
That's
and cool. They got dumped and they had to scrabble with no clothes on, to make ends meet in the very beginning.
Wow.
In the slums. And then, anyway.
Is there cloning in Fallout? I don't remember if they had clones at all. I don't think so. But in the original Wasteland, you can actually make clones of yourself in the game. In the original Wasteland. So
I don't remember it in Fallout 3 or 4.
Right.
Or Vegas.
Yeah. Santa, did you think it's something you really dislike that you just didn't use?
Well, the spaceship in
oh, okay. You don't like Barrier Peaks. Okay.
No,
it was her negative, and I had to jump on it because
Gary, same thing with Gary Julian.
I just sometimes you got to shoot people in the face.
Oh yeah, but I can totally get it that some people want these like they want Merlin to have 6 shooters and stuff like that. But yeah,
that I have.
You got him to play.
That I have. And that is detailed, and it's actually detailed in a weird place. Let me bring.
All you got to do is make him roll special saving throws every time he's subject to fire.
Right, because it's going to explode.
That powder. That's how you normalize that stuff.
Yeah. So
it's not that much different than like any other kind of like missile weapon, though. At the end of the day, with damage, I mean, give him a limited number of ammunition, and then it becomes a hunk of useless metal soon enough.
Because of the name of this publication, I don't think this is available on drive-thru anymore. With Sean Reynolds and Chris Pramus's Slavers, and so you go into the very back and this is where there's 3 deities in this book that aren't really noted anywhere else.
Like the Earth Dragon.
Earth Dragon cult. I have a specialty priest of the Earth Dragon. That's in the one that's NPCs only.
Does he have like the helmet and everything?
Yeah, dragon
harvested
helm.
From
look, there's a picture of Stallman Klim right there, the dragon helm.
Fancy.
Thanks, Patrick. All right, and then here's the others. The very, very end. There's 2 priests in here. There's Kellenin, which is great, right? But here's Merlin. Look, he's even got his
6-shooter badge, whatever is
the sheriff's badge.
The sheriff's badge. Yeah.
But it says here, 10th level, smoke powder weapons work for the priest.
Wow.
It's not gunpowder. Smoke powder is magically combustible. So there you go. Maryland's priests are allowed to choose firearms as a weapon proficiency. This does not mean that they are guaranteed to find a firearm or that it will work. They gain 2 spell-like powers at 7th, but only 1 can be used each day. So there you go. At 10th, a priest Merlin can use smoke power. So alchemical substance only works when a priest or Merlin concentrates on it. So there you go. And this is 2nd edition stuff, everyone. So it's so rare in my game that it's not a big deal. It's not, but it's cool. I'm not a tech guy. I'm not throwing technology like crazy in. So, but yeah, it is available. Okay, that's cool. It's a great book.
It's basically Wand of Magic Missiles. What?
Yeah, there comes in Blue Box and Goblin Tuesday at the same time. Wow. Awesome. I don't. Goblin Tuesday is new, so let's say hello to them. Stop. We're talking campaigning in Greyhawk. I got with me the ever mysterious Tim, the legendary Anna Meyer, and Josh Papa basically runs Gary Con now, or something like.
I'm director of events and technology. Well, let's stick with that, and remember, there is a whole team of people, including
get your shout
Anna,
Goblin,
on the art team.
Goblin Tuesday. Thank you. Score Goblin _Tuesday. So if you don't know anything about us, Goblin Tuesday, and those, hopefully I put that in right. I did. If I haven't already, let me follow you guys. I'm following you right now. Cool. We are. My campaign's in year 44. I've known Tim since 1980. The ever mysterious Tim. He played in adventure number 1. Which was named what, Tim? Very first adventure you, Walt, played in.
It's called Rolling Up Characters.
The Battle of
Emerald Meadows?
Of Outpost number 1.
Outpost number 1. I knew Outpost number 1 was in there.
Yes, it is.
I just heard you talk about the other one so much lately.
In 1980. We did Emerald Meadows before that, before we even had the campaign set up. So it's 44
Battle
years
of
finishing up. That's what the logo's Order of Ulick. Yes, we've been
50-minute arms sacrificed themselves.
48, 2 got away. 2 survived of the polearm guys. Yes, in that fight, I remember. And we were kids back then.
But we killed like what? 5? Was it 5,000 against us?
It was like 2,500. 2,500 fled. Yeah,
we still killed a bunch of them.
You did kill a bunch. It was an awesome thing, and we were kids and we didn't know what we were doing. It was Monty Hall era. I don't know. It was Monty Hall.
How many delayed blast fireballs will a military formation stand up to?
Yeah. But we are the Greyhawk people here. Run D&D, and it doesn't matter what edition you play: 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, Castle and Crusades, any of the other Shadow Dark, whatever. Just come here for Greyhawk. We really appreciate it. We do have a giveaway, 2 Troller Game gift certificates for $10 at the end. So stick around and say hi. We only got about another 45 minutes to go. And,
exclamation point drawing.
Thank you.
To enter.
Exclamation point drawing to enter. Absolutely. And just hang out and ask questions. Feel free to ask questions. This is my last stream for at least a week. If you don't know, I'll just say I have prostate cancer. I'm getting it removed tomorrow.
Yay! I mean, not for having cancer, but for getting it removed.
If you don't know, I'll be out for a bit, but I'll be back. So they caught it early, just like in the commercials. So, yeah, a little scary, but last stream for a bit. So, thank you, and thank you for all the followers. We're trying to get to 12,000. We're close. We're close to getting that at 12,000 follower threshold and all this time. So
1,200 or 12,000?
12,000 followers. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna hopefully roll a 20. So well, that's good, Anna. You don't like technology in your games. I don't.
Not too much.
Yeah.
I've been kind of
Yeah.
I don't know what happened because when I started, I was way more interested in science fiction role-playing games than fantasy. But then for somehow
Traveler?
Exactly, and Traveler. We played a lot of sci-fi, and I was a player in a lot of sci-fi. I didn't run it, but I played a lot of sci-fi, and I liked it. It was fun. But then reality kind of caught up with sci-fi, and fantasy was the one that became my persistent love, so to speak, for the game. The Traveler and the other stuff, it was like that. I think it was something that I like in computer games, and once I started flying planes and stuff for real, then all of a sudden that felt cooler than science fiction games. So, but nothing could touch fantasy. Once I got the bug of the love for fantasy, it stuck with me ever since. So,
Anna, do you remember the cartoon Phil Foglio did it in Dragon magazine? Phil and Dixie.
Yeah, I love Phil and Dixie.
Yeah.
And the Dragon magazines in the back. They
I
had one.
I remember, but I can't remember which one was Phil and Dixie. No.
Phil and
There's a
Dixie.
really-
Phil had the hat. He had the little black hat.
Right, and they would
Okay.
always compare something in the game.
Just
And
yeah.
they have a really funny one where they compare sci-fi to
Right, like they didn't have like
Oh.
noses or something on their cartoons.
Oh, that
Hold on,
sounds
I'm looking
awesome.
it
I
up.
need to. Which do we know which?
Let's say up to 120 is a guess. Like from
Okay.
80 to 120 or
Yeah.
60 to 120. And in that realm, am I correct on that?
Yeah.
It
Everyone?
was early. It was pretty
Yeah.
early.
Yeah. So I go into
You don't know,
75
Death
and
Descent-
see.
Artificers. That's cool.
Just pick one arbitrarily here and see.
trying
Thank
to
you,
remember the
Patrick.
name.
Let's get
And
a hype,
it was-
another hype train going, shall we?
It was in the end.
Get another hype going.
What was
They have
this? What was the
Snarf
ship
Quest,
name?
but it was not Snarf Quest then.
It was not Snarf Quest. What
Bob,
was,
that did it.
what was it called, Jay?
What? What's new with Phil and Dixie?
Wormy
What's new with
What's
Phil and
new?
Dixie?
It's called What's New with Phil and Dixie. Yeah, it was Phil.
Oh
Foden.
yeah, okay, yes,
Yeah.
now I remember. Okay, yeah, I read these, but I can't remember any particular
Ah.
ones. But yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that they had a name. Now I see
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I gotta find out. I'm gonna find
They
out.
always wanted to do the
Yeah.
sex and D&D episode.
Oh,
then
yeah.
at the very last episode
Yeah.
when Phil stopped doing it, she looks at him and says, "Guess what? Now that all this crap's done, now we can finally do sex and D&D." And his eyes pop up, and that's the end of it. That was actually it. Yeah. It was good. It was a good. I love Wormy myself better. And Wormies are all over. And we
Yeah,
talked
but
about
the-
Wormy just a couple
I-
weeks ago.
Yeah, I need to read these cartoons again. It was like Dragon Mirth,
Jeremy, thanks.
the comic page, or the one with jokes. That was awesome with the humorous page.
I'm more into the Tom Wham stuff.
Well, that's because you're friends with Tom Wham.
Tom's
You're-
friends with anyone who wants to hang out with him and
All
play
for
board
green
games.
things from outer space, man. Come on. Tom
All he
Wham.
wants to do is play board games and make board games, just like back in the good old days.
Well, good. It's good for him.
One of the Encounter Party folks came and played board games with Tom on Thursday or Friday this week,
That's awesome.
and won 2 of 3 games that he'd never played before.
Wow. Huh.
The new guy.
So let's do this. We started, and then Josh came on, and then Tim came on, right? I think that's what happened. We didn't get very far in the hair version of this. Let's go through this real quick. This is free. It's been linked a couple times. Here,
Asking the important questions here, Tim.
this is on DM's Guild from Stuart Kerrigan, Paul Luby, and crew. That's Morning Canyon with hair, and then we
What's
come
the
down.
important question?
There
With
you go.
hair or without hair, Morden Cannon.
Yeah, here you go. Without. Thanks, Bob. Thank you. With. I agree.
Yeah, it just looks like he's trying to be, I don't know.
Ming the Merciless. You're dead. You're
Yeah,
dead.
it's,
You're dead on.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
dead
yeah.
on.
With hair, because I mean, let's be real. The Wizards are too busy to be like shaving. Come on, they're not shaving their head.
That might be just like some real full-on baldness. Could be a curse.
Well, I guess with the cantrips, you can just take his hair off anyway.
So I want to check something out.
And I thought that the Ming the Merciless Max von Sydow look was more sinister looking.
I would no. Come on. Flash Gordon, sinister.
Who, Max von Sydow? Ming?
Yeah, and Flash Gordon was campy, man.
Flash. Ah!
The best. I mean, the best is Ted, the first Ted when he comes. Oh my God, that's so funny, right? When
Oh,
Flash
yeah.
Gordon comes.
Wait,
Flash
you're
Gordon.
you're saying that Ming in Flash
Thanks,
Gordon
guy.
in the 80s Flash Gordon was not sinister?
No,
Max
there's
von
nothing sinister
Sydow.
about that movie at all.
What?
Come on.
Dude, I'm afraid to stick my arm in logs or whatever, holes in whatever.
You know what
wood.
I'm afraid to stick my arm in? I'm gonna tell you what I'm afraid. Because what's it on the one with the world freezes over and the train goes around. What?
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Snowpiercer. I watched the
Yeah.
TV series, and then I went back, and the movie's way worse. The movie's terrible. But they have that hole you stick your arm. Oh my god.
And they freeze your arm off.
Oh my gosh, And what's her name is Tilda Swinton is just awful in
That's
that movie.
cold.
Yeah, awful.
So they did a
Great
series
actress.
of it. Oh yeah, the series is way better. It just
I like
finished.
her in
It
the
just
island.
finished.
Well,
or
it's
the
it's
beach.
hard to cram. It's hard to cram stuff.
In 2 hours into a movie. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I would never stick my arm in any hole anywhere on a train ever again. So even though I probably shouldn't. So here's Gods of Greyhawk. I have a question for our boys there, Stuart and Paul. They did the same thing here. Maybe these are all graders, but Washtree's off this list too.
The hopping
Tritharian's
god?
on. Yeah, but Washtree's not. But Washtree's more of a demigod. But I know Washtree's completely missing from the Dungeon Master's Guide now.
We're
right?
on page 148.
Yeah. So I'm surprised on that. And thank you all. Thanks all for hitting the hype up. If I was doing giveaways, great spell, Curtis. I wonder who wrote that spell, made that spell up. Curtis knows.
I'm guessing it's you or Curtis
No,
at this
it's
point.
me, of course.
Okay,
me.
don't break your arm off.
It's me, of course. And if you want to see that in action, here. We're all over the place tonight, everyone. You know, I guess I'm being very nostalgic tonight. You know, just in case. I know my wife says I'm a drama queen.
She's right. Tim's warming up to how can I phrase this?
Yeah, Horror in the Holes is where look. There's a Washtri priest right on the damn cover. My joint module I did with Carlos Lacing. Priest of Washtri right there. Washtri's blessing is in this publication. So there you go. Horror in the Holes.
Did we finish covering the things we wouldn't run in Greyhawk?
No, we have not. So, what, do you have
I
something?
have prepared a list.
I'm sure there's stuff there.
Well, I'm so glad you went to Return to Temple of Mental Evil.
Oh.
Not every adventure you know what? All right.
Look,
Not
I was reading
every
that, and
adventure
I
needs a
actually puked in
return.
I read that, I was reading it, and it was actually throwing up in my mouth.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
So you agree with me that Vampire Thrommel thing is the dumbest thing ever in that book?
What? What are you
It's
talking
stupid.
about?
Well, I don't even
Return to
know if
Temple
I
of-
made it that far to even read that, because I think the whole thing was like, oh, let's take these maps, and let's add a bunch of extra stuff. That really doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it does. That's what they've always done. Let's add some more stuff to whatever. What do you mean?
I didn't like it.
Oh, well, that's fair. You're not allowed. You're allowed to like what
You got
do in
Josh.
one.
You have to understand the direction that Tim and I come from. Temple of the Mental Evil is the focal point of the early days of our campaign.
I'm playing in it now. Yes, I understand.
Right, but it's not the focal point of everything that goes on from that point on in a campaign. You're playing it, but we like lived that for 2 years with different groups going in and out and all. And go ahead, Tim. Who turned on you in that?
Well, one of your shitty NPCs. Like always.
Come on, the legendary
It's like 40 years ago.
Leo
and it's still,
McMichael.
Leo McMichael. Yes.
He's still mad about it.
yeah. Wow.
Not as mad though as that when that wand of traps suddenly couldn't find the trap.
Yeah,
but,
let's not go there with that. But yeah,
You mean wand of enemy detection?
yes.
Oh yeah, because
There
it's
was
not
stuff
an
returned
enemy.
that
Oh,
drove
yeah,
me
I'm still
batty
pissed about
long
that,
before
don't
I got
worry.
to the Emperor Thrower. Hey, so yeah.
Just step in the trap, damn it.
So if you all want to know, you will. It may not be the first book. Crown Prince Thrommel. I've given up to Anna and let Belvoir stay king, but Crown Prince Thrommel is alive and well in our book. So
This is thematic to Greyhawk. It's a hot mess. There is conflicting and deeply different lore depending on what you're reading from.
Well, there's
who.
rumors, right? There's always
It's
rumors.
part of the fun.
thank you for the
Yeah.
second hype train tonight, everyone. Thank you.
You know,
Love you all.
If you don't actually see the king, is the king really there?
Mhm.
You're going to have all
So-
sorts of rumors. I heard the king actually has a tail and a forked tongue. No way.
Well, don't say
So
he has a tail because there's Dragonborn
there's-
now.
See? You got to watch out for this Dragonborn.
Yeah.
There's
Good,
been
bitches.
Dragonborn since what? Tui?
Right, but
Three.
Three, definitely. Yeah.
There's
Because
another
we
one I'm not
had
gonna
the
run.
we
Yeah,
had
same
we
here.
had Greyhawk Dragonborn, all kinds of Dragonborn in that one Paizo AP.
But it's
'Cause
okay. Use them if you want. Use them if you want. Don't use them if you don't want. Like
If you hate it, don't use it. If the
Goliath.
players went.
I don't have Goliaths. I have half ogres. Half ogres are awesome.
Yeah, I kind of like that a little bit more.
What, the half ogre?
Yeah, because there's
It
always been like
explains why they're there.
Half ogres are awesome.
yeah.
I mean, I have Eric Boyd, the legendary Eric Boyd, play a half ogre in my game.
There's a half ogre in Darkmoon Chronicles.
To,
Bay.
Well, to avoid the whole "why is there a half ogre here" question of parentage, I had second generation half ogres in my campaign, and
Well,
Oh,
we do in your city state.
Phantom likes Goliaths over half ogres.
That's okay, Rob.
Do you feel comfortable explaining? Because I would like to hear.
Yeah, explain that for Greyhawk, Rob, if you so choose in chat. It's okay. Yeah, Vampire Crown Prince. No, Patrick. No, it's done.
It's just really a big giant. They're just big, right? They're giant. Is it sort of giantish type?
They're almost
person?
like Verbeegs.
Or
Yeah.
like in Dark Sun, the half giants, right?
Yeah,
I thought those were cool. And playing that Shattered Lands or whatever.
we never played
Shattered Lands, the
yeah.
SSI one,
Yeah.
the gold box.
That took an interesting turn.
Oh, we're talking about reproductive rights and all that stuff.
That was awesome. Explain that, and they did. Yes, that took a really good
All right.
turn.
I will
Awesome.
I will end this discussion with one person.
I just have to laugh because that was
Two people.
I didn't. Yes.
All those wrestlers from the 80s. Big John Studd. How tall was he? 7'6"? Hulk Hogan's 7'2", right?
Oh God.
How big is Big Show? Big Show.
Big Show. He comes to GaryCon every year. He's more wider.
dear.
He's like 6'8", I think. Yeah. So that's it. I mean, it's all good. It's fine.
Okay.
This is funny.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
it's-
funny and
it's
sad in
direction
so
is
many
still-
ways.
What is this airplane? What's that? Well, it's a building with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you took us
It was
literally.
funny,
Good.
yep.
Very good. I like it.
What
I'm
can you make
sorry, I
out of
have
this,
morbid
Johnny?
humor sometimes, but that was
I can make a
Oh,
hat or a brooch or a
Turd.
pterodactyl.
we're showing our age. I was out drinking with a party. Next thing, I wake up next to a lady ogre.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Dave. Stuff can happen, man. You never know.
That's right.
But yeah, Tim's got generational half ogres in his campaign.
Right. So
And
the,
it's
the
a
fantasy
father and
world,
mother
so-
are both half ogres.
Yeah.
It's like who are they gonna
Yeah.
fall in love with?
Yeah, don't think too hard on certain things.
That's
Well,
exactly right.
there's Orogs and
The two bro. I had a NPC and a
Ogrelins.
player character, two half ogre brothers. Their parents were
Oh,
half
God.
ogres. They ran like a tea shop,
Mhm.
and not a lot of people came in for tea, but these guys were always thinking of or trying to act like they were sophisticated.
Mhm.
Like one
Yeah.
would always act like he's reading.
So
I couldn't read.
let's ask Greyhawk Mike how vital half ogres are to all. There's a ton of them, right, Mike? I think the leader of his all is a half ogre. Yeah, half giants, half with what? So that's like the mole, which is basically a mule, and they're sterile in Dark Sun, right? It's a human dwarf. They call it mole because just like a mule sterile, they're sterile.
that's like
Actually,
the
mules aren't fully sterile, but they are. It's difficult to procreate.
Yeah, some
do.
Mhm.
But it was a neat
That's what-
concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
That's
neat
when you're on
concept.
the edge of speciation, so to speak. It works, but only sometimes. Yeah.
It's fantasy, everyone. You can do almost whatever you want.
Yeah, but
Right,
at your
Josh?
table. Do whatever.
Mhm.
I'm running one Shieldlands campaign, which
Yeah.
is just going through the post 499, whatever. When after admin fort's taken back, whenever that is, it's after that.
Right.
And then I got stuff going on out in Northwest Owerk beyond the Fleness, using all the Darkmoon
Gotcha.
Chronicles and the chainmail stuff and all the other, and the what you call it, the Dragon Annual map. It's all cobbled together. A bunch of us have done stuff like that. Like I think Joe Block's got a whole take on that, and Who else? Someone else. had
Campfire
that.
Stories. Do I follow you on Instagram? You follow me back on Instagram? I think we may. Is it Instagram or is it Twitter? I always forget. Yeah. So that's the one that they did. It's there's a whole bunch of new Greyhawk publications coming out. We go over a lot. Anna and I are working on one with Luke Gygax that'll come out probably not until next year. And then there's a ton of books for the setting, but a lot of things are available. Like they're scrolling through below. You see me here. They're old publications. I give away a lot of them in reprints. I'm just not doing. I'm doing Troller Game Gift Certificates tonight. Patrick sends me all these, as you can see, where you get a lot of great content. But just because I'm going to be in the hospital at 5 o'clock in the morning, I won't be able to even send it out. So today we're just going to do some gift certificates. But yeah, there's a lot of great publications of books. A lot of them are scrolling that are setting books. So.
Then why are you showing off the Fire Newt?
Fire Newt, because this is the sort of thing that gave people ideas to have Dragonborn. They're like, we should make that a character class.
Yeah, you're
Well, you know what's great in Return to the Temple of Elemental Evil.
Nothing.
You don't want to. Yeah, okay, I was waiting for that. So, no, there's kind of like the idea behind like the Ganazi and stuff like that, because there's all these elemental touched templates you can add to the characters. So now all of a sudden you're a little bit touched by fire, you're a little bit touched by whatever. It was kind of neat.
That is neat.
It's neat. Tim uses airbenders with his kid.
I spent like 6 months coming up with Avatar Last Airbender type stuff.
Which is cool.
Isn't there an actual
There is now. It would have been
Avatar
so much easier if that had existed back then.
Yeah, someone made one up, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, back in the old, there's a whole game for that. I was just at that game store. This one guy was super hyped about talking to me about it. And
there was a Die 21, and I think there's a 5th edition. There's a couple different ones there now, but for the campaign,
but
it basically said they're from another continent on the other side of the planet, and the Avatar it was killed in the Avatar state, so now there is no Avatar, and so now they're the followers of the Avatar, and they're being pursued by the evil emperor who's in control now. So,
in the huge Magpie Games huge Kickstarter.
That's how
cool.
I did it.
Yeah.
So that they're not as powerful as the ones in the show. The show, they're just so powerful.
Yeah.
So now that they don't have a direct lineage because they're trying to recreate stuff because it's been lost. So
are you playing it in Greyhawk though?
I have, yeah.
Do the elemental benders trying to think, is it spontaneous or is it hereditary?
I use the Oriental Adventures monk rules and created 4 martial arts based on the martial arts they use
in the
game. And I incorporated the martial arts. And so instead of learning a martial art technique, they have to learn an actual technique. And it's tiered. There's like
that's so cool.
They can learn tier 1.
Put that together in like a PDF.
I have it. No, PDF somewhere.
Written down in a binder like Jay.
It's the parchment and parchment. Ink on parchment. Yeah.
Tim's got a lot of stuff that he's hiding, like holding on to, like the Sea Mage. He did one of those, kind of like similar to what Troy did. A lot of those custom classes he's done for his Rovers of the Barrens one. So he's got a lot of stuff that's different than mine. Yeah.
It's a binder. I thought I said like a PDF. Yeah, I got that.
We don't do that stuff, man. We don't say, it's all copied and pasted and moved.
No, this is all typed.
Bound. There you go.
Copied and pasted. Although I stole some stuff directly from many sources, so it's
if Dragon Magazine were doing that, remember how like they would have like the Bugs Bunny and all that stuff. The Martian, you could get Marvin the Martian stat blocked out. That'd be a cool addition. Would be the Avatar characters statted out.
Well, look at it this way. A lot of that stuff was done by Roger Moore. He always did the joke creatures. And one of the greatest joke creatures he has of all time.
He did Little Daddy Snitman. No, You've Been Had.
Is right in is in my Free Save Altamira. Just the name's changed.
You've Been Had.
Yeah, it's You Were Taken.
Okay.
Instead. Yeah, but You've Been Had is.
Josh, I can send that to you if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've been nice enough to him. You gave him a tongue tool.
I do. I have a
He
tongue.
earned.
He earned a tongue tool.
It was a trivia question,
Speaking of that,
and he was like that. So,
just in case this is, yeah.
I never gave points to Jay after that moment.
Enough of this shit. Give him the tongue.
I don't hear the audio.
No, we
you
don't.
can't. You have to be on the actual Twitch.
That's
Oh,
Tim,
okay.
everyone.
So they got it. They got the audio.
There you go.
Putrid tongue kicks ass.
The funny thing is now I have the new junior, and I did that adventure with the group. And Stronghold Tim, his character's paladin, is obsessed with tracking that character down and killing him.
Well, he's like a pure strain human after a mutant.
Yeah, he's after a half orc, half halfling. Yeah, and so it's just so awesome because every adventure he's like, I hope we run across junior in this one. And I'm like, I'm just recon kicks butt. Heartbreak Ridge. Come on, Curtis, I got that one. Ow. Yeah, he grabs him by the nose right after that. Yeah, so it's funny. It's funny, yeah.
I don't remember that scene
What?
in Heartbreak Ridge. What
Yeah, it's at the early. It's early when the guy, the profile goes recon kicks butt, and then he grabs his nose. Eastwood does.
I plan on
goody.
bringing a couple all metal tongue tools to Paige.
Oh, hear that,
And using
Anna?
them?
Tim's bringing tongue tools to Page. You never saw Heartbreak Ridge, Barry?
They
You
will
should- it's a
be.
great
They will
movie.
be non-sharp ones.
Yeah. Not. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I don't think they
Well,
let you.
they'll
in.
be non-sharp, in my opinion. They might not be.
You may have to give them out at the Hilton at the hotel. I don't know if they're going to let you bring them into the.
They might
bring
have
whatever I feel
weapons policies in.
Yeah. Exactly. Weapons policies, but that's cool.
I can
man.
probably work around that, Jay.
Puts a cork at the end.
Yeah. I'll
Like on the cork
Why
at
is the cork on the fork?
to protect himself.
And others.
No, Tino, Tim and I live 40 minutes away from it. So, yeah, we're driving. I'm staying. Anna, do you know what's going on with you yet? That?
Oh yeah, I will go there. Yep. Mhm.
Okay, because last time you said you weren't sure because you
Oh
haven't
yeah,
heard.
exactly. But now
All right, it's all worked
talked
out?
Yep. Mhm.
All right, that's good.
Yep.
That
Just
is
gonna
good
work
to
out
hear.
which plane I'm going to come with, so to speak.
That
and-
is
and-
good to hear.
And they're going to arrange a pickup at the airport and stuff because
Yeah.
it's like 25 miles from the airport to the convention center and stuff. So, yep.
Who's playing in Tim's game out there, Michael? Are you playing in Tim's? Is Rob? Are you playing in Tim's? I know.
I know.
At
who
Page.
signed up?
Philadelphia area
Alex?
game. Oh, Alex's
Antiquities,
Antiquities.
and Bill.
And Bill Haley.
Bill's one of the original players.
Yeah. Yeah, Bill's had enough of me.
I've had about enough of you.
No, Bill, my army buddy.
Oh, I thought you meant Bill Master
no,
Crafter.
my army buddy, and then
Okay.
perhaps his son also, but his son's in a different job and has to fly in. So
Oh, you don't know your schedule yet there? You ain't kidding. Thanks, dude. Do not give him a sub, Patrick. He can resub himself. Yes, he has it on resub. Don't give him a sub. Don't. So there you go. You don't think you are? Okay. Rob's, I think you're setting mine. We'll have to take a look, but that's coming up. So, questions from the audience. See, we've been babbling for an hour and 45 minutes. I love it. There, see? Thanks, Bill.
I know there's. I probably wouldn't do Greyhawk Wars. I have
Why
the
not?
set, but I wouldn't do it.
Because it's so.
It changes a lot.
I might play in it, but I'm not going to run one because I'm not going to spend the time to go over the
There.
rules and learn it. And
Oh, you mean using the box and
Yeah,
whatever and doing the things with the stuff and
Yeah.
having a
little
war, I don't have a
tokens.
problem with.
For
It has
map,
to make sense, though.
Shlomo asked a good question. Anna, answer it. What do you think of campaign cartographer?
If you like CAD-based software, I think it's excellent. It's
CAD?
just that CAD,
Oh.
CAD. Like, yeah, so it has a special workflow, meaning it's CAD based. You need to know some mouse commands and stuff like that in order to do it. But once you get that, I think it's an excellent one. It's been around for ages, but it's been updated and stuff. So you can do a lot of cool stuff. and be prepared to buy all the extra. They have these that comes out monthly styles and stuff like that. So you need to get some add-ons, but there is no subscription. So if you get the license, you can keep doing it. But they have different symbol setups and stuff like that you can get like it's like a yearly subscription where you get lots of extra stuff coming a little bit every month. So I have a license, but I haven't used it in years. But it's but because I like the doodly Photoshop likes stuff better than the CAD things. But on the other hand, nowadays I'm using so many things like QGIS and stuff that are also CAD like. So I should look into it again. But it's the old granddaddy of photography software, and it's popular. So
what's the one that everyone uses that's web based?
Now they have various they have Dungeon Fog.
Incarnate. That's
Incarnate and Dungeon Fog are two big ones that are Dungeon Fog or and Incarnate. Yep, they are.
I just like to hear you say dungeon. That's all.
Oh yes, yeah. I'd say many times Dungeon. Yep.
All right, so Rob is in Puppets and then some, and also in the BattleTech game I'm doing it, Page. All right, cool.
Yep. Yeah, Shlomo, a lot of the web-based ones, they have a problem because their graphics memory can only hold so much. A lot of the textures get repetitive across a lot of things, and they get washed out and blurry and stuff. And that has a lot to do with the way that they need to conserve graphics memory, so the textures get blurry, and I call it pixel soup. And both Incarnate and Dungeon Fog have that issue. That comes with the way they handle graphics, because it's run in a browser using the graphics card to hold stuff. And they need to design these tools not for people that have 12 to 16 gigabyte graphics cards, but they should need to work on a laptop and whatever. And that's the problem. If you design it for a graphics card that are the latest state of the art stuff, then you can do really cool stuff. But these the browser stuff, they work in, so it's more like a technical limitations so it works on almost every computer. Yeah, but it depends. There's depends on what your flavor and stuff. Meaning, I don't like these repetitive background textures, so that's my hang up both with Incarnate and Dungeon Fog. But otherwise, they're really cool too.
Mike Schley does almost all of the little pictures for Incarnate too. He told us that on the stream.
Oh yeah, no, it's for fantasy cartography.
It's fantasy cartographer. He does it. Okay,
yeah, pro fantasy. That he does a lot of. Okay, yeah. So you can basically do copies of his. You can use his symbols and stuff in fantasy cartography.
I don't even know that one. Wonder Draft.
Yeah, Wonder Draft is another one. Never used it, so I can't say anything about it. So yeah, really.
Oh, all those maps that Von Molku was making, he was making. I thought you just dug them up somewhere.
Yeah, no, he made them in Incarnate.
They're beautiful.
Oh yeah, they're Incarnate. So yeah, Incarnate is good too. Yeah.
Another thing I don't have time to do.
What, make
you
maps?
have a game table, so you don't need it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's no, for me, it's, we used to, use Dungeon Draft. So, another thing, no one yell. I broke down, so I don't even know where it is, but and it's coming. Let me find it, because
you're talking about the
Beetle and Grimm,
the Alchemist one.
No. What about the Alchemist?
It was a cartography thing that you said you had gotten for both of us.
Oh no, I
Dungeon Alchemist.
For that.
Yeah,
Dungeon Alchemist.
Yeah, we have. I have complimentary copies for you and me.
All right.
I got to.
I've tested it, and it's an interesting take, and I think soon these tools will be super cool.
Yeah, I gotta find that.
It's basically it works in 3D, and you can just sketch up and tell it's a hallway or it's a whatever it is, and it fills it with items using like an AI or a procedural algorithm is probably more correct, because I don't think it's a full-fledged AI and LLM in there. It's procedural. So
just use AI anyway.
But there are several. I have a couple of other versions that function the same. There's a whole slew of them now coming out that does the same type. There are Dragon Map Maker is another one. There is the Multiverse Designer is another one. Dragon Map Maker is a British guy that's doing the Multiverse Designer is a Brazilian team that does it, and they're interesting. The Multiverse Designer is really cool because they do large outdoor stuff. It's based on Unreal, so that you can make whole cities and towns and buildings and stuff. So that one is cool. It's in its infancy, but it shows real promise. And Dragon Map Maker is like Alchemy, but with even more cool features, better outdoorsy stuff, but it has some weird quirks in the editor. So yeah, we'll see. That they're the first generation. When the second generation comes out, I will be out of a job. So yeah,
I don't know about that.
Oh, you never know. So yeah, I need to use these tools at least. So yeah,
I have a lot of these dungeon tiles. Back in the day, you could get these things and put them together.
Yep.
I'd like to be able to do that, put them together, and then have them be the map. So that way I could build my own map and not make it too detailed, because I just want people to know where they are in relation to other things. I don't want to be so spectacular they don't listen to me anymore.
Yep. Owlbear Rodeo is another one that it's not that is a virtual tabletop that is awesome, and they made an upgrade. I was about to ditch Owlbear Rodeo, and here they come with an update, so now you can use maps that are up to 144 megapixels in size, and you can put one next to the other. So yay, now it's the VTT for me.
Now I can fit the entirety of the Caves of Chaos in one owlbear.
Yep, it's so Owlbear Rodeo is, in my opinion,
Stay on after
VTT.
streams, Tim. I'll find it. I'll find the code. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I just showed the Beetle and Grimm stuff. I want the cloth maps because they're cool, right? One's Greyhawk City, one's and I'm thinking the pack maps. If I don't use them, I'll just give them to Tim, because Tim may be able to use them and put them into Fantasy Grounds or whatever, and use them during his games when he remote. So I will.
Sounds good.
I'm hoping there's a bar or an inn or some other, so I can change it up a little bit beyond the ones I already have. And
I can't wait. Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Unrelated to Greyhawk, I can't wait to get you into the dungeons beneath the city state.
No. I'm out fighting a war right now.
Yeah. I know. You have to.
Yeah.
Deal with other things later, probably.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Death comes quickly for Devillia. So what other questions does the audience have? So, like I said, use whatever you so choose in your Greyhawk. That's pick and choose. No one's gonna get mad at you.
Oh, someone will get mad, but just ignore them. Just ignore them. Heisman them. Yeah.
We all have those detractors. Everyone's got a detractor or an antithesis. Well, maybe I'm talking about myself, but they're always going to be out there, and you just got to not worry about them. So, death comes quickly only in BattleTech. That's funny, Bill. Yeah. So, have I ever played in Kryn? So that's a funny story in itself. There, Prof.
Yeah.
Back when we were kids, and those was it the were they out? Whatever series number.
DL something, right?
DL 1, 2, and 3. I got them because we didn't know any better. So we're playing
Dragons of Faith and Dragons of Fire,
and I'm
Dragons
like,
of this.
I'm like, all right, how we bring our characters into this when you're supposed to use the setting of the actual adventuring group, and there's all these NPCs. It's really lineal. What the frick's a Gullydorf?
We don't like them.
Fizzbin's throwing snowballs at us. What the heck is going on? And then I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. I'm literally gonna have a stroke.
You were running those, right?
I ran 3 of them. They're actually on the list. They're actually on our campaign list.
I think I missed them.
Back in the day here. And so
did I miss those?
Where did you run these? Set in Greyhawk?
We had there was a portal appeared. They needed our help. So it's part of
really just wanted to see if we could find that you'd actually been more or less using Dragonborn way ahead.
Yeah,
they're not Dragonborn. They're Draconians. They're not Dragonborn. They're not part human.
Thought I caught you. Damn it.
Hold on. So
I know I played in 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah. Well, there's a funny story to that. Look at that number. There you go.
Did Mark have a character that was a?
Yeah, I got a great story from Mark. Mark
He
had
was the Gully Dwarf, right? Didn't he make?
no, he had Vrieswick. He had 2 characters. So here we go. There they are. Number 19, 20, and 21 in my campaign. DL 1, 2, and 3 are right there. And I was like, that's it. I can't do this anymore. And then the next fight was with Tativalis.
Oh shit!
And Despater right after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So there's the first Battle of Outpost number 1. So that's way back. That's not even college yet.
You don't have to be running it like a railroad. I mean, there's some ways to run that where you kind of open it up.
We were getting it done.
Yeah. Well, portals
I
are just
understand
everywhere.
that.
Yeah, I'm using Planescape too. So the funny story is this. Now you'll get the joke, Tim. So Mark has 2 characters. His character Vrieswick got eaten by a troll and the body got taken away. If you remember that? So that character got killed and left there. But the NPCs were all there. And remember Swain? What did Swain do? He was in love with Lorana.
Yeah, he falls in love with her. Yeah,
with Lorana, and he says, "Come back to Greyhawk with me. This place sucks, right?" She goes, "Okay," and so she goes through. And who knows what that does to the Dragonlance setting? I don't really care. Yes.
You can go back on weekends and evenings.
So Gilthanas, the hated duelist, Markham, and the Firecrack Mage one, their children of Swain and Lorana from Dragonlance.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Like, come to a land where there's tons of iron everywhere, man. You'll be wealthy.
And there's gold. Gold has value there. Yeah. So, but then she got killed off a long time ago too. So
you heartless.
I am terrible.
My son is desperate to go to. He keeps running into dragons, and he's desperate to go to Kryn to obtain some dragon lances. I'm like, how do you, your characters know about dragon lances?
He read about it.
Yeah. A weapon that does damage to dragon based on how many hit points you have, right? If you have 80 hit points, it does 80 points of damage on a dragon, right? That's how it works. That's how it worked. That's how it works in the gold box set.
Okay. Yep.
So it's like the dragon's breath weapon, sort of, supposedly.
Yeah. Well, I think our lance, our famed lance in our Greyhawk, that no one knows about because it's only in one adventure, really, is way better. Go ahead, Tim.
The Death Lance. Although I did make I also made a lance.
Well, yeah, you can make variants on it, but right, but the
Lance of Disintegration.
Yes, which of course you'd have to go even crazier, right? The Death Lance appears in this book.
Death Lances work better in the hands of anti-paladins.
Well, there's goldback dragon lances. That's what I thought the damage was. It was even in Dragonlance. So the Death Lance drains levels
1 to 4, right, or 1 to 6.
It drains. It does. It does. When it hits, it does your lance damage, then plus 3 to 12 negative, 3 die 4 negative energy on a hit. When it crits, it drains 1 to 4 levels.
All right, there we go. I know it's 1 to 4. I know it wasn't just 1. Yeah. So when it crits, it drains.
That's the only place, Mike, really, where you see the Death Lance, man. Right? It's here. It's it. Also, the Wand of Issac Globs, right, is here. Oh, there's so much great stuff in this D3.
I started mapping out a campaign where you started out as like a prisoner down in D3 and had to like try to escape.
Well, Malden's got an entire map with Night Below and D3 connected and all the sub chambers. Yes, go ahead, Josh.
So tell me more about this prisoner escape thing.
Oh, you want to do it? Go ahead.
Well, there's a section. It's mostly table, like the facts. There's so many caravans and they're moving slaves back and forth, and there's so many different races possible.
Forest.
So there's chances of running into hunting parties from the different drow families. So it's rife with opportunity in the chaos to break free and run from something, you know.
Yeah, I've been running an adventure at like Virtual Greyhawk Con and other conventions called Escape from the Vault of the Drow.
Well, there you go.
Where using that table on page 71 of the GDQ 1 through 7, it's that's I realized that I run it in 5th edition though.
So that's
you roll because all those classes now that the slave races could be are pretty much playable characters now. So
yeah. But I mean,
you
if you
roll
were
and you
raised
get your
down there, I would give you rickets, and you'd have all sorts of other deficiencies because you don't have vitamin D.
Scurvy. C too, right?
Well, rickets
That's
because
the
vitamin D doesn't help your bones.
Oh wow, you're mean, dude.
well, how come Drow don't have rickets?
Well, they're maybe they have a source of food that's better. That has
Or
vitamin D.
maybe that Lakafka site thing at the top of the whatever radiates something that gives you vitamin D.
Right? Or they're elves. Do they need vitamin D?
Well, all the other creatures down there don't have rickets.
vitamin D. They are.
Well,
yeah.
they weren't coming from the top.
I was gonna say, if you're born to live in the Underdark, you don't need vitamin D.
Right.
You
If you're
get a
born to
natural
live in the
source.
sun and
Yeah.
you get vitamin D from the sun, you probably are one of those.
6 death lances there in the Female Fighter Society.
There might be some fungus that has vitamin D.
Oh,
Holy
they eat mind
jeez.
flayers. Yeah. Yeah, mind flayer brains or something. Yeah.
Here's another one. Drow
Who
Noble
eats
Hunting
Mind Flayer
Party
Blade?
has a death lance.
I know that someone
Yeah.
came up with that theory. Yeah.
Yeah, here it is.
Buffoon.
A 10-foot spear which discharges a negative force when it hits. The discharge causes 3d12 points of damage in addition. So that's basically negative energy. If you make a save, we do crits. On this, it's any hit. That's ridiculous.
Right. That's the way I.
There's 1 to
That's
4.
the way I run. That's the way I run
Oh
it.
my god! But it only has 6
It's not
charges. I have
it's not
death
a
lances with no
dangerous
charges.
lance. It's not a dangerous lance. It's a death lance,
Yeah,
Jay.
that's disgusting. I don't have I take the charges away and make it so that they don't crit. It drains 1 to 4 levels.
Mhm.
So there you
That's
go.
still pretty bad, especially if you take improved crit. Then there's no save,
No.
right?
No. So the deal is just like a sword of
Is
sharpness.
that a J table?
Yeah. Forple
Okay.
weapons, sword of sharpnesses, things that have special crit abilities. It's only on the 20. You roll on the critical hit table on a
All
19
right, you're
or
ruining
20.
everything. Then you're making
I'm ruining everything.
Well, normally it's every hit, and they got to make a save. Come on.
Yeah, but it
And
only
then
has
you're
6
nerfing it to
charges.
the-
Then it's
How
done.
did you get the death lance in the first place?
You're nerfing
Someone
it
that
to
came
the-
at
Down
you
in
with a death
D3
lance.
and you killed our dark elves that are raiding a surface.
Yeah, you're nerfing it, man.
I'm just making it more realistic. I always
Yeah.
improve upon my game.
Luke
Less
talked about the
less deadly.
when he came back from
Usable.
playing D3 and his characters hit the sunlight and his dad was like, and all your equipment goes to crap, whatever.
Right.
And he was like so mad. He's still mad.
Oh, that +4 drow chainmail.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is a magic item called a Ring of the Drow, which appears in a no published source. But if you wear that, negates the. Yeah. It's very
No
rare.
published source.
No, it was in the Great Net Spellbook back in the 90s. Someone created it. The magic item one. Yeah.
I would say direct sunlight will still screw it up.
I was gonna say, what about sunlight spells would be cool to use against Drow Underdark then? Yeah.
Ooh.
See, that's just like Blade doing a UV light on a vampire in that movie and destroying them. That's ridiculous. That's not the sun, right? So I'd say no. I'd say it has to be the real sun. Just
I would
it
say
has
a
to be
the real
sunlight
sun?
spell.
Well, yeah, it falls
A
on.
UV light alone.
Sunray spell. would be
Sunray's
nice.
7th level. That's fine, but not continual light. That's not a Sunray spell.
No,
Oh, that
I would
continual
argue-
light
no,
is not.
I
No,
would-
Sunray would. Yeah, Sunray would.
Yeah.
False Dawn would
Yeah.
also, and yeah.
the ones
Yeah,
they use
okay.
and daylight
Or-
spells and stuff.
Or
so, yeah.
you can use your blaster rifle you got from the barrier and just degrade their armor. And
It
blow
It doesn't
right
matter
off 'em.
what armor they're having. Then they screwed
No, I like
anyway,
the
so, yeah.
Needler pistol myself.
Oh, me too. What? Do you remember in the first Dark Hand adventure,
Yeah, someone had
Anna's
one.
character got shot by somebody with a
The
needler?
Needler
pistol?
pistol, I remember. Yes.
That's when I know I want my BFG from Doom. Yeah.
No,
How
the
did
one that
she
shoots
get it?
railroad ties from frickin' Fallout. That's
I
the
want
one you want.
I want a rail gun. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have one that shoots bolts of a plasma.
That you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
We all have fun. Everyone's going to play in their different way, in their different style, and that's all good, right?
Yep.
You have to make it. You have to make it so that you enjoy your game. You enjoy playing with your friends. Drow suffer penalties under light and continual light.
Mm-hmm.
They do, But that doesn't mean that their armor is going to degrade in those spells. It doesn't
Yep.
say that. It's got to be really.
Right.
It's got to
But
be sunlight.
in
Yes.
Hawktails, you can cast
Thanks,
a version of magic missile so you cast a missile per attack, and you can get lots of attacks when you're high levels. You can throw them out, dole them
Right.
out each per attack, so to speak. So
Yeah.
and also the full magic missile version, minor missile gives you 1 missile per attack. The magic missile gives you a number of attacks. You don't have to throw all of them at once. You can dole them out as needed, so to speak, on
The
same
lightsaber beneath WG4?
I bet there's something down
The,
there. Yeah.
Is that like the sun sword?
No, there's an actual lightsaber, isn't
Oh,
there?
I was going to talk about the Ring of the Drow will keep Drow armor from degrading, because if they don't return to the vault after, I think it's only a couple months,
Right.
the magic starts
emanation,
diminishing and
yeah.
reducing. So even if it's not destroyed, it'll become just regular.
But it won't.
And then the Ring of the Drow has radiation from the vault that keeps it
Yep.
fresh, but
That's
the
how Black
sunlight
Razor.
would still destroy it.
Black Razor. So yeah. We used to have lightsabers in our game. I removed them. That was a friend of ours, Jeff Moore, created planar blades. Remember, Tim? The planar blade.
Planar blades, I thought they were in I guess
No.
those are silver swords from
No. Githyankai silver swords are different than planar blades.
Yeah, was that him that did that?
Yeah, it was Jeff. Yeah.
I don't remember ever using them.
Yeah. Well, Walt had one. Gazumba had one, and we just stopped using it. In fact, this little secret is that was supposed to be I changed that into a Holy Avenger, and that was supposed to be a planar blade back in the day. I'm like, nah, it's too corny.
So the lightsaber he's referring to is in the cyst in WG4. Didn't you just run that?
Yeah, it's not
Gary
a planar.
Canlis?
It's not a planar blade, isn't it? Isn't it a Oh my God.
So did your players get to the cyst?
Yeah. Absolutely. A couple characters died permanently. Yeah, that's a real light.
Does it make the sounds on the phone when you move the phone around?
What planar blades in assist? Cool. I mean, what lightsabers in assist?
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I still can't. I don't. I mean, it rings a bell, but I thought it was like some kind of sunbladey type of thing, like Thundar the Barbarian or whatever.
So, all right. So as we wind down here, what do we have to say in closing a little bit here?
Sandima's football rules.
What's that?
From Bill and Ted.
How
they closed when they,
I thought you were doing Billy Madison. O'Doyle rules.
O'Doyle rules. Yeah. You're going down, O'Doyle.
Don't investigate how half giants are made.
That's so funny.
that
or
was so
do.
Funny.
We're not your parents.
It derailed so quickly. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was like
some things are best not asked about.
Exactly. That was so funny. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that was the tip of the iceberg there. Let myself be pampered. There's no pampering here. My wife is great, but my wife is not a nurse type.
No, they just mean adult. They just mean put some Depends on afterwards and call it a day.
Yeah, well,
Depends.
Yeah, for incontinence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, adult diapers.
Yeah.
Pampered.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Pampers.
I'm gonna have a catheter stuck somewhere for a while, so I mean, there's not much I can do about it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a fun time, but but all right. So
there's some upsides to let's just move on.
No, there's not. No, there's none. So thanks, Tim. Thanks, Enoch. All right, so let's what we got going in closing here, Josh? What's going on, man?
We got one more month out till for event submissions for the first tranche. Then we start doing scheduling starting on December 15th. And then if there's any additional space, we will reopen event submissions. But don't count on it. So get your events in now so we can just get the job done. Please. And we love you, GMs. I'm not trying to be mean. Yep. I'm on the chase right now with all of our special guests to get their events in. I met with Harold Friday. That wasn't yesterday. Trying to get his events in. He's going to do some Tower Gygax again, some other stuff. And I heard that Anna and Jay are going to be doing some Tower Gygax, running some of those as well.
Yeah. 5 o'clock Thursday for me.
Hot dog.
Will you do me a favor, please? On the Gary Kahn site, and there's people, Michael Clark's the only one that's giving him a good advice, but here. Ah, crap. I didn't mean to do that. The thing switched sides. Sorry. That time it switched.
Wrong button.
So, yeah, Hamish Shaw. What do I need to run a game at 2025 Gary Kahn? This is on Gary Kahn's site. And then, good luck, Casper says. And Michael Clark. Submit it before the deadline for Gary Kahn. Run it at Gary Kahn. But will someone just reach out to this person?
Yeah, Skip will probably address that shortly. He's the usual GM practice responder. I actually approved that post.
Oh, you did? Okay.
To be posted. So I was like, yeah, that's a fair question.
Oh, there it is. Skip did. You need to start here, and the deadline's December 15th. Oh, he did already. Okay, there you go. I saw this.
I know you had it held open, and you're like, yeah.
Right, yeah. Boing. Yeah. All right, so he's being helped. That's good. Okay.
Yeah, Skip's usually right on top of every. He's our front end for the events team, and I'm the back end. So he's the front end of the horse, and I'm the back end of the horse.
That doesn't sound good.
So many jokes.
It's exactly how you imagine. And then you've got, I know, I saw one of our administrators in here earlier, Curtis. He's the lead admin for Tower Gygax, so he will make your life easy, Jay and Anna, as always.
Well, he has, and I was the first one on the schedule. So thank you, Curtis.
Actually, I think Anna was. No. Because I think she was in the meeting where we were planning it.
Last year, I was the first one out. I'm not sure what.
I was the first.
Oh, you mean your first one on the schedule in the first slot?
Yeah, I got the first. Yeah.
Okay, you got the pole position.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not supposed to tell anybody that.
Curtis is laughing and Troy's golf clapping. So there.
You don't get to see who it always just says Curtis is the GM the whole time. No one knows if you're going to get Ed Greenwood or Josh Pop. You know, it's like you don't know.
How the hell would they want you?
That's what I'm saying. You don't know. It's a gamble. It's rolling the dice. You get who you get. There's actually going to be 2 tables run simultaneously, though, at the same time.
And the third table there, too, right?
Well, that's for people who are want to be proximate, like someone like Curtis or Brett, who are going to be both helping and running their own games.
Right.
So and we did, yeah.
The Thursday morning game Curtis is playing at is my game, so you can put me on that table there because Curtis needs to be right there. Right, Curtis? Right. There you go.
If that's where you want to be, it's going to be like an 8-foot round, I think.
That's fine. It'll work.
Okay.
It's a wedding event. He's playing Fritz Winchester.
Okay. That's fine.
That's fine. I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be
there. We don't need a reason.
Yeah. So, all right, cool, man. Well, I'm excited about it. A lot of us are going again. The whole community. We're gonna have a blast.
And Troy is busy at work along with Sam, DM Sam. We've been doing a lot, and thank you everyone who's joined us in the play test for Leonard's Ravages of the Mind. There's been a bunch of stuff. There's some weapons in there and armor and stuff that is just so way overpowered that we had not encountered previously.
Too much.
And so we've got some revisions, and but hopefully it'll be finished by then, and we'll be releasing it officially.
For you to decide if it's overpowered.
I think I'll share it with you some details. You'll be like, whoa, that's game ending. So that's what's going on. Thanks.
That's the way Leonard would love it, though. Leonard loved that kind of stuff.
What, way super overpowered this adventure just ended because you found this thing?
Isn't that what Len was all about, those kind of things?
No, I don't know.
You're being told
okay, cite an example.
Hey, Mike. I don't know. If he okay. If he L3, if it was written the way he wanted to, you would have gotten killed at the end. Because Balzabul would have been there himself.
Well, that's okay though. Len would be okay with you dying.
It's right, exactly. The opposite of the other way around.
It's
that's actually one of the, and I'm not going to call out who, but one of the other old masters said that's one of the problems sometimes with original Len stuff was that if you didn't follow the exact right path, you were dead.
Well, Yeah, absolutely. And that's
It was unforgiving.
Yeah.
Okay. That's me. Thanks, Jay.
There are many unpleasant ways to die.
exactly. That's adventure number 7 or 8 in 1079 I've done. What a great adventure that was.
Which one? L2?
There are many unpleasant ways to die. That's a home brew.
Yeah.
Oh.
And disintegration is one of them.
Was this your version of
It was just to inflict pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomb of Horrors?
Don't ask too many questions.
Yes. It was.
You might not like what you find.
It was like 1980, 83 or 84. I wrote that. So
it was the 80s.
It was the
Yeah.
80s. Everything
You're
was
doing
allowed
all-
in the 80s.
I was wearing my members only jacket. I was
Hey,
listening to the Velvet
What are you, the
Fog.
last member?
I am so reminiscent about that damn members only jacket that I've been watching. What's his name? Carl Horkheimer. Remember the guy?
Yeah, the Star Hustler.
The Star Hustler. He always had the members only jacket on, and then you have the whistling and them coming out. They're all on YouTube. I've been watching them like crazy.
Was
And
it
I'm
a
like, oh my
thereman or
god,
something
Halley's
playing?
Comet. It was like 86, and he was all these episodes about Halley's Comet. I've
Yeah,
been
Barry
watching.
got it.
Yeah, Jack Horkheimer. That's it. Yeah, man, I love it because he died in like 2010. So yeah, it's just bringing back some memories. So
Yeah. That members only jacket was probably drenched in Dracar Noir.
I had a leather members only jacket. Yeah.
Smelling fabulous.
Yeah.
You
All right, moving on.
smell fabulous. All right, so Anna, what's going on?
Well, first of all, I secured, so I'm going to confirm going to Page. There was a little bit up in the air, shaky there for a minute, but I'm going. So yep.
That's great.
Yep. So yeah, and now I'm going to get the events in for GaryCon because yeah, it's been kind of a couple of hectic, almost unreal weeks for me, but it's getting coming back to normal again. I'm sorry about Friday. I was at a meeting down in LA and there was no chance in hell I could get back before.
That's okay.
So,
I think everyone will forgive you.
So it happened. So real life has kind of gotten to me for lately a bit. So but it will ease up again for a while.
Priorities, Anna.
Yep.
Stuff happens, I was out a long time because we dropped my son off Friday night at the dance. Then we went out to we went to the Whistler's Inn, Tim, in Cinnaminson. It was good, and then we hung out there with Steve Lisa for a while, and then they left, and then we had 2 hours still to kill. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
So my wife and I hung out there.
But I have a week at home a lot this week, so I'm going to get hopefully some way more stuff done on the GIS maps and also set up some new play tests for and some heraldry out too, and some more play test stuff as well. Yep.
Very cool. And Anna, hopefully you'll be streaming this Friday. It's 95% that I will not be back by that time.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll do my very best, and I promise myself and everybody else that I will not be leaving home more than absolutely necessary this week. Because it's been crazy for almost 2 weeks. It's been everywhere. So yeah.
My guess is the earliest I'll be back on is a week from today. That's the absolute earliest, and I don't think I'm gonna make that, but you never know. So
you might go climb on the walls and or something. So,
I got an old reminiscing photo, Tim. After you're done here, we're gonna share. So.
Rob, did Rob go to Lucca?
Yeah.
No. I asked him if he did. He said he was down in Rome and Naples.
Oh,
I love Lucca. That's my favorite place.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so very much.
Italy is fantastic.
Yeah, Tim lived there 3 years.
Yeah, two. It's the only place in my military career my wife cried when we had to leave.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Everywhere else, she was like, "Yeah, we're ready to move." But that one was like, "Oh, yeah, it was hard." I mean, the Leaning Tower of Pisa was visible from my patio in the distance.
That's insane.
That's awesome.
The very top of it. There was one giant tree blocking my view, and I fantasized about cutting that damn.
You're going down in a chainsaw.
Yeah, they'll put you in jail for life.
I'm like, they would figure it out. They would just draw a line from the Leaning Tower straight to that tree. It would end up at my kitchen patio. It'd be like, that guy did it.
Yep.
What else is going on, man? So you're at Page. What time's your game at Page?
8.
Saturday. Are you staying overnight Friday night?
And then I'm playing. I'm going to go Friday, and then
you got room already
with Mark. I have my room.
Oh, good. All right, good.
And then
you come over to my BattleTech game and see what's going on after that.
Right, but it'll be late.
It's all right.
Then I'm playing in Anna's game.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
What time's your game, Anna?
2.
Hang on a second. I don't have the schedule
2 Eastern. All right.
2 Eastern. Okay, thank you. Yep.
Awesome.
So, and then, hopefully whoever's playing those Shieldland Patrol don't mess these guys up when we get them, because I want them pristine and in good fighting condition.
Otherwise,
I was a disaster.
Otherwise I make a new ones for that one. So we'll see where the current group will be. I have some other ideas.
Sorry to hear that, damn Angelo. Oh, that stinks. That stinks. You got to be back out. Sorry to hear that.
Yep.
So for me, all right, Tim. Let's reminisce here, just because I'm in that kind of mood tonight. Obviously.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes.
There we go.
Young man back there.
Myself, Walt, Tim, and Tim's sister Amy, all dressed up at the Ren Fair up in Tuxedo, New York. So yeah, we guessing the year. I'm going to say 86. I think 85. I don't, maybe 85.
I graduated in 86.
Yeah, I think you were still in high school, and I could have been 85 when you were Walt was graduating.
Yeah, it might have been my senior year, but it was in the fall.
Yeah.
So it would have been fall of 85.
Yeah.
Perhaps. It's definitely high school.
Yeah. I don't know if I was graduated or not at that point. So yeah, we are old as dirt, man.
So it could have been 84.
No, it wasn't. 84 was your dad came and we had different outfits on. Because Walt won Walt had that one with all the symbols on it, and he won. Remember? That was 80. That was 84. Your dad came with us. He was the druid. Yeah, that was a different one.
My dad came as a druid.
Yeah, he came as a
somebody
druid,
wanted him to marry him, so he made up a ceremony with the oak leaves and ivy and
absolutely. So there you go. So that's the reminiscing the old Ren Fair picture of all of us together back in the day. Yeah, I started in 78. Tim started right around the same time. Tim and I met in 80. So the Greyhawk campaign started in 80. But I was Holmes Basic person at 78 right off the bat.
Yeah.
Loved Holmes Basic. Yep. So I mean, a lot of us are in that era, that early era. So.
Look how big my nose looks, man, with all that sun shining off that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. This is not the year. This is not the year, and that's the year after that you C-blocked us. That was
yeah. I had to be the mature one.
Yeah, when the girls from New York University said, "You guys should come to the after party," and Tim's like, "No."
No. Yeah. Sounds like trouble for you, gentlemen.
So we did. Yes, that was different there. So. Yeah, we are
I graduated in 82, I think it was. Yeah, and then I basic training in the military 83. Yeah.
So that's it goes way back. So
or 82 or late 82. It was probably late 82 and then until 84.
Everything for me is sold out except the BattleTech game. I only have Robert signed up for it.
There was one summer we went back and I was in college. There was one summer I went back in college.
Yeah, that's the year. That's the year you C-blocked us.
Okay, that might have been a year or two after that.
Yeah, that's the year because you went to get the boots.
Yeah.
That's the year. And the girls from NYU were there, and they were hitting on Walt and me. And you're like, "No, guys, now you're gonna catch something." No, and I'm like, "Dude,
that was in."
I think they're up to no good.
Yeah, the life. So, just we didn't have Ren Fair. So.
Yes, we have lots of similar. It's not called Ren Fair, but we have several. There is a whole week on the island of Gotland, because the island of Gotland, the capital there is Visby, and Visby is a World Heritage Site because of its medieval city. It's a medieval city still intact, almost entirely intact since medieval times, and it's a World Heritage Site. They have a whole Ren Fair week or medieval week. It's fantastic. We went there and played a couple of times. They have a campsite outside the city walls where they have tournaments in the evening. And we camped. We had a tent and we camped outside. And you could rent a tent, so to speak. That was kind of a fancy. It was like glamping in the 80s. So we, or 90s, I think it was, or late 90s. So we glamped out there next to so we could just go and sit on the bleachers to watch the tournament. That was fantastic fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that tuxedo in New York one, Rob, is good. Definitely.
So I went to one when I was in Italy. So when I was stationed there, I went to one. It was, I forget the name of the city. It was something 1395. So they actually picked a year.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't actually a Ren fair there, Tim.
Yeah, it was actually
they just never, you know, they were just really behind.
Well, what's interesting is they don't have
That's
the
cool,
same
Mr.
sort of draw of cool things to buy. I found in America you have a lot more of that, but you have an actual ancient medieval city you're in.
Right.
So it like, and you know, you have a lot more artisanal foods and things like that.
Exactly. The candy, they had burnt almonds. They make almonds in honey, and then they kind of barbecue them. Oh, that was the best ever. We bought a whole bag, and my tummy was not itself for a week after that, but it was so yummy.
By the way, guys, the only
time fit and finish is really good.
The only time I've ever dressed up is when I've gone with Tim to the Ren Fair. Ever. I'm not a LARPer.
Necessary.
Yes.
But,
So
we dressed up at times. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I wanted to share this. This is the VIP event on Thursday night at Page, at the Hilton after the party for the VIPs, Anna. And this I'm doing Missing at Sojourners Repose, kind of an adventure I ran. So this will be an easy one for me to rerun with the terrain and all. I have no idea of any. This is cool. I don't know a single one of those signups. 6 brand new people. I don't know who they are. Not one. That's cool. First time. So I was like, wow, that is neat. Then we got puppets and then some here. I know Rob's in this. Walt Morris I've heard of.
Yeah, exactly. Skagit. That lots of these medieval places and Viking-esque stuff.
It's gonna be a fun group too. So
we got a Ren Fair here. I haven't gone in forever, but it used to be a lot of fun. I mean, that's where else are you going to go get your gigantic, you know, drumstick thing, turkey drumsticks and stuff like that.
Okay.
Bristol Renaissance Fair.
Ren Fairs are good to go to. My wife's not into them though. So here's the only thing I have scheduled. My 3-year Twitch partner anniversary stream is set for Thursday, December 5th. Okay. I've requested for front page access there. If we don't get it, it won't even matter because it's going to be awesome. Ed's playing in the game. I don't even know anything in the game. I named it Cleansing. There you go, Tim. That's the name of it. So that'll be Thursday night, and that's only a few weeks away. So that's the big thing. And Michael from Frog God's doing all the giveaways. Michael, there you go. There's your big giveaway night for Frog God sponsor. Yeah. So and that'll be coming up, and it'll be a couple weeks out, but I should be streaming before then, but just to play it safe. That's the only thing it's scheduled for this point. We got so much other stuff going on. A lot, obviously, including some publications. So that's all I have. All right. Let's do the giveaways, shall we? And I'll get these right over to you. So I don't want to owe any. I have Blue Joy's dice is the only one I have to mail out, and that's going to be taken care of. But everything else, I'm free and clear, and I'm set. Rob, I have a set. I have these mini here for you. Rob, I was hoping you won something else. I still have your mini here too. I got to get that to you, Phantom. I will get that out to you. So, oh, cool, man. We'll see. We'll see on that one because Chuck's going to do some things. You're going to do some, you know, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good night. I think it'll be a fun partner anniversary stream. I never done one, you know, I since I've been it. And now on Twitch, you're allowed to move it. If you know anything about how Twitch works, they have a partner section and you can actually move the date. So I moved it to a night we're definitely going to stream. I also didn't want to do it on a weekend because the weekends are the ones everyone requests. That's why I did a Thursday night for front page. So I'm thinking that that'll work better. So, okay. Because we did, remember, Tim, we did our Hateful Wars thing on a Friday night, not a Saturday night, right? And that's how it was so big early on. All right, so here we go. Let me set this up. 2 winners tonight. We're going to raid into Marquis because Darling already messaged me. She's under the weather a little bit, not feeling great. She's not streaming, so we're going to raid into Pip and Marquis, who played in the game yesterday. And we had a bunch of fun. Thank you all for all the kind words. Note, you know, I'm a little nervous. I got to get up in a few hours, but
don't be. They will put you to sleep. So don't worry.
Trust the robots.
Yeah.
And thanks. Yeah, this is a one-cut robotic instead of 5. The
You will
technology's
be
come a
you'll
long
be out of
way.
it. Yeah.
Thank you. The technology's come a long way in the last 5 years, and that's what I'm
Yep.
holding my hat on. It just, but
Is that even an expression, or you just put a bunch of stuffed words together? Holding your hat on?
yeah.
Hanging your
it's
hat
windy.
on?
Yeah, we have a lot of different terms in Philly that you don't use in
I
the.
think you're just making stuff up.
Yeah, I probably am. I do. I make stuff up all the time. That's a good DM,
It's
right?
exactly fantasy. Yeah.
First
He's
winner,
riffing.
Keith Roger. Second winner, Josarius. Congrats,
Yay!
everyone. Awesome.
Yay!
Thanks. We went a little long. We're going to raid into, like I said, Marquis. Please sit tight. I want to go in there with over 100. They're really cool, really nice people.
Give him a shot.
Yeah, give them a follow, please. And thank you for all the follows tonight. Thank you for all the raids. Thank you for all the kind words. And I will see you. I will keep in touch with everyone via Discord or phone or whatever, and let everyone know how things are going. All right. So probably not tomorrow, but probably starting on Tuesday. Tim, thanks for coming on.
Oh,
Josh,
nice,
thanks for
Jack.
hopping on.
Thank
Anna,
you.
as always,
Sure.
thank you. All right, I'll see you soon, hopefully. Real soon. Oh,
Bye, everybody.
that was the wrong button. I hit the wrong button already. You
Uh-oh.
dumbass. Boom.
It's a good thing some things are consistent.
Yes,
Yeah.
too many
If
wrong
he's-
buttons.
I was gonna say, if he's a dumbass, he should have some part of it removed.
I'm not that. And wow, thanks for all those follows. That really jumped us up. Thank you.
I'd rather be a smart ass than a dumbass.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. English
And
is
Tim,
an
sit
awesome
tight. I'll
language.
find that code. We're gonna quintuple their follower to their number. They have 20 on. Oh yeah, 100, 102. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll see you soon.
Go team. I think
101. That's good numbers.
That is awesome. Yep.
big crowd tonight.
Oh yeah. Shut this off. I knew they'd be all excited.